Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? We are live. Let's see. So, okay, yeah. So I've done some stuff off stream. All right. This is what I did. Okay, I'll show you. It's not a lot like major stuff, and it's gonna look really basic, but it's actually under the hood way more complicated than it looks. Because like right now, you could drop one of these in, right, and then just like spawn one of these, and then set like wait, hold on. Oh wait, let's turn these menus on before I forget. Basically, if I were to go here, right, and turn this back off to where it spawns on its own, but then just set an initial spawn delay of like 3 seconds, and then I went to AI move equal defense, and I set that up to where it just automatically spawns itself in, right? You'll be in and out? Okay, that's fine. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to you specifically, Aaron, since you're here already. Since I know you're here. I'm sure there are other people, but for some reason Kick is doing that thing again. Look at this. I have no idea what's going on with this. I might as well restart my computer or something to get it to fix. I have no idea. Anyway, so what you could easily do that and it would spawn all these units, but I'm going to show you how complicated this actually is under the hood, because what this ends up doing is it spawns them at specific intervals and respawns them, but it also like sets up everything so that they can become more variable later. And this section makes it to where you have bots as allies if you do not have enough players, so it will still be 3v3 even if you don't have enough players. So I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I also forgot I set these to take a screenshot today. I set these to the incorrect values. There we go. There. Okay. So now, whenever you start now, it joins in bots, 2 for me, 3 for the red team, and it spawns in our AI. And so that's what we got so far. I have not made it spawn in the actual bots yet, like the ally bots, you know, squad bots basically. But I have set to where it spawns in your allies. Now, actually, I guess I could do that right now. Actually, I could. So what I want to do is, see, I've got 112 of 128, so I'm getting close to running out. But this section doesn't matter at all anymore. I can just get rid of that. So that gets me a whole bunch of them back. Okay, so basically what I've got going on here is, let me click on something other. Here, I'm gonna try it. This might double up our audio for a second. Click on something. There we go. Because I can't have my chat for. Well, no, this doesn't really do me any good anyway. Chat for Kick is broken for me because it won't load. So I was trying to see if I could find something else that'd be useful to have over here, but it doesn't really have. I can't really find anything. Anyway, okay. So what I'm trying to say is that let's see. Okay. If I wanted to spawn in a bot, right? This is the stopwatch. On stopwatch reaches in seconds. A stopwatch works a lot like the weapon spawners and things like that. They have stopwatches built into them. So stopwatch, it's just a clock in the background that whenever it reaches certain intervals, it will trigger an event. So this restarts the stopwatch. As soon as it gets to 3 seconds, it immediately restarts it, and then for each of the players, which I put into a list, it's going to get the squad variable, get squad AI unit count, compare, branch, trigger custom event. Now, I might actually want to move this to another brain now, or pretty soon, because I'm running, like I said, I'm running out of budget. But like, if I have a brain that specifically is designed for handling the bot spawning, like the player bot spawning, because I'm gonna have to make a script that also, you know, spawns. Actually, you know what? I can reduce nodes here. I was thinking about doing that a minute ago, literally right before I went live, and then I was like, you know, I'm not going to do that yet, because I thought I would only save two nodes, but actually, I could save more than that. Let's duplicate this one, because I already have one. I'll have to go find it through the menu. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's undo that. I meant to move this one. Okay, and then we're going to change this to spawn bot eagle, and we're just gonna go basically these two. We're gonna clear that, we're gonna clear that, we're gonna move it up here, we're just gonna do this, and we're going to trigger this for each of these. And the reason we're doing this is because it's going to get me some nodes back, and if you can get nodes back, then you are doing better, because that means your brain can be simpler. Because here's the thing, yes, they've made it to where the brains can have, you know, can have a huge number of, like 5,000 nodes now, right? But the problem is that you still have to, each brain still eats up your map budget. So you still want to keep them low. You know what I mean? You don't want to just like fill up your entire map with them. So this is what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to get it to where I can delete these, duplicate this. I also wish that there was a script. This is something that I really wish I had, that apparently we don't have, and I didn't know that, because I've never tried to spawn bots before. Where is the get bot difficulty setting, right? So like whenever you go into your game mode settings and you set your game mode difficulty, right, for your bots, where is get bot difficulty? You've got get bot is difficulty, which returns true if the bot player matches the given bot difficulty, right? But it doesn't, there's nothing here that just gets your game mode settings bot difficulty, like not a single script. And then if you go into game mode, by the way, you'd think it might be in here, but that's also not here in here either. Get current round, get round time, get player points, get points to win. You can get a lot of stuff in here, but nothing lets you get the difficulty level of bots. So I have to set all of these to a specific value, and since they're replacing players, I've got them set to Spartan. I might set them to ODST, but I feel like Spartan is closer to an actual player because they are actually difficult for actual players to beat, and that kind of tells you that they must be as good as a real player, right? If they're too easy to beat, like ODST, which like even everyone, people struggle with ODST, but they're not like, but they still win. They'll still win, like, they'll get like a Staketacular against ODSTs and stuff like that. That's enough to tell you that, okay, maybe ODSTs are not equal to player difficulty. And these are the ones that will replace players because you just didn't have enough in your party, right? So that's what these are for, and that kind of makes me want to use these. So anyway, the point is, by triggering this, I've reduced this area by 2 nodes, if I did the math earlier correctly, or if I counted them correctly, I guess. And now the important thing is that I can now call this in other areas. So whenever a player leaves, I can say on player leaves, get that player's team, and then trigger spawn bot eagle, or whatever, first for if it's an eagle team, and if it's a and then spawn cobra if it's a cobra team. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now I gotta create the same thing, but for cobra. Guess I'll just duplicate this, so I can just grab these nodes so I don't have to change as much. Anyway, spawn bot cobra, and then we need to clear that and that, and put it down here and do that, and that's it. So then we can line it up and then put it up with the other one. Spawn cobras and spawn eagles. Okay, and then so then we gotta duplicate this one and change it to oh, I never changed this at all. Oh, interesting. Okay, so all 3 of these need to be set to spawn bot eagle, because they were going to be doing all sorts of wrong script. They're going to be triggering the wrong node entirely. Okay, the wrong event entirely. Okay, so if true there, then go back to this branch. Okay, set this to around there-ish. Get these, move them down here. Or delete these. Duplicate this one, if true there. Delete these. Duplicate this one. And if true there. Now, you might notice, by the way, that if you're paying attention to what's off on the left there, you might notice that there is a very slightly odd node there. That this one's wait 0.2 seconds, this one's wait 0.3 seconds. That means Eagle Team technically spawns in 0.1 seconds with their bots faster than Cobra Team. Now, the reason I did that, and internally they're all 0.2 again. The reason I did that is because whenever I had them both as 0.2, which was, it for some reason, they would, like, I guess interrupt each other and just would not spawn in at the same time. So I needed them to be staggered by 0.1. So they wait 0.2, they wait 0.3, and then after that, they're both going off basically 0.1 second off from one another, which makes it work. And so I just did that, and it worked, and I said, okay, I'm going to keep that. I don't think it's a major deal if Cobra Team technically gets their Spartan bots, you know, 0.1 seconds slower. I think, if anything, that'll just mean that they will be slightly more unified with their what do you call them, squads. Their squads will be closer to them. You know what I mean? By the way, I think with bots, what we're gonna do is I can make them actually level up like a player, and that would work. What that also means, though, is that, like, when a player joins, do I want them to get to pick their class, or do I want them to inherit the class of the bot? You know what I mean? Like, it feels kind of lame if you hot join a match and then you're just handed a class that you didn't get to pick. Especially since the bots will not be allowed to do. I'm not going to allow them to end up with these, right? So what I'm thinking about doing is making it to where the bots gain levels in the same way as the other players, I think, by getting kills. Well, no, they have to blue shell a little bit. So what I might actually do is make it to where bots are, like, I might take the levels of the opposing players and sort of, like, get some kind of, like, average between them, so that if they start to gap, then the bots will sort of stay between them. And then basically whenever a new player joins and takes over for a bot and I remove a bot, I'll store that bot's level first, then remove them, and then apply that level as like a value to the new player. And then the new player, whenever they pick their class, will automatically be set to that level, and they'll just start the match at that level. So if they hot join, they won't join and then be stuck with a shitty, you know, at level 1 in the middle of a MOBA. That's no good. That would be horrible. So yeah, I think having a player over a bot would still be better, but having a player over a bot isn't much better if they're level 1 and everyone else is near the end of the game. In fact, you might even be setting yourself back a little bit, because a bot might have, like, high speed, hammers, over shields, all sorts of stuff like that. You don't want that. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah, so basically, yeah, like I was saying at the very beginning, this looks really simple. Oh no, I killed my bot. My bot thing stopped working whenever I did that. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Apparently my bot spawner being in those triggered events was not correct. Or it was not good. Oh, I see. Does that mean I need my weight to be out here? I think I need my weight node to be out here. Well, in that case, it's not better. Jeez, I just did all that work. Okay, so if this is if it's trying to spawn a bot, right? If it's trying to spawn a bot when another bot is spawning, like, it goes here, okay, trigger this, quickly go here, trigger this, and then it's overlapping them, so it ends up only spawning one bot. And that's not what we want. We actually want to spawn... Yeah, okay. We gotta fix that. It kind of means that we have to basically undo what I just did. Yeah, unless there's a way... to keep it... You know what? There's a way. Number seconds. This number... 0.2. Or actually 0.1. Wait 0.1 seconds. This number 0.2. This number 0.3. Let's see if that makes it to where Eagle Team spawns, even though Cobra will still not spawn. Eagle Team spawned. There we go. Oh, it gave me 3. Jesus Christ, that's not right. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, it's still... Okay, so I have to wait before the branch. Ugh. Okay, so... one way to do it in that case... Okay. I know how to do it. This'll solve it. Okay, what we do is... instead of this, we get Control-C. We go up here, we paste it up here, right? we turn this into practically just this, right? We branch, duplicate this, and we go over here, right? On this event triggers, we don't just go straight to there, and we can clear that again. We can keep it as 0.2 again. What we do is we go like this. We go if, what is it? If A is less than B, is there a condition? And then, yeah, it just spawns there. So what this is going to do, and if that's true, we wait for in seconds. Now, what this is going to do differently is that it's going to move. It means we don't need the wait in here anymore. So what we'll do here is we'll go wait. It is on round start, wait, trigger this event, wait, trigger the event, wait, trigger the event. And that means these don't have to be here, and we still get to keep and we don't need the branches. We actually need fewer branches now. But the branches will now get replaced with wait for in seconds between these triggers. So I know that I'm like immediately at the start of this just gutting my own code to rebuild it that I built offline, or off stream, so you guys didn't even get to see me make it, but now I'm gutting it and rebuilding it, so that's kind of fine. Alright, let's see how that works. Oh, let's delete this wait and just go straight into add the bot, because we don't need the wait there anymore. We're waiting over here, right? So let's see if that will now spawn just 2. Yep, just 2 green bots, because I'm here. So, you know, just 2 eagle bots. Okay, so we've got our initial delay of 0.2 seconds. We now have wait 0.2 seconds. And again and again and again, right? And then we're gonna have wait 0.3 seconds for the other bots. And in fact, I can get rid of this on round start, I think. Can I? No, if I need them to be staggered, I can't do that. Never mind. I gotta keep that. If the bots are gonna refuse to spawn in at the same time, then and I have to separate them by 0.1 second to get them to actually spawn in, then I need this one to be waiting more than this, which means, yeah, anyway. Okay, so, what are we doing here? That means we gotta clear this, gut that out, and then delete all these other branches, and then grab all this, move it over here, and stitch it into here. Clear that, delete that, put that there, if true there. Move these over here, and since it worked, I'm able to do it just the straight gutting it and move it over way. The first time I copied and pasted because I wasn't sure if it was going to work exactly as I was expecting it to, and I didn't want to waste time rebuilding it if it didn't. Okay, so I always have eagle on top, so I'm gonna put eagle on top. That way I don't get confused in the code later if I ever have to come back here and edit it or add something or something like that. So then we need to wait for 20 seconds. Ooh, we don't need that there. We need it here. There we go. And then wait for 20 seconds again. And the script should be done. Okay. So what this is going to do is spawn in your extra players if you don't have any other players. So you can play this game 1 player if you want. You can play this MOBA 1 player and still play a MOBA. It just won't be quite as interesting because the enemies won't have all of the same abilities. Won't have access to every ability. They'll only have access to their own abilities. I mean, to the basic, you know, overshield, camo, quantum translocator abilities. Okay. Can bots even use the quantum translocator? Do you guys know? I don't think I've ever seen them use one, but it could be my, you know, just never witnessing it by chance. I don't actually know. Hello! Hey, Clint! How's it going? Clint85. Wait, were you always Clint85 on your... Oh, it's Kick! Right. That's a Kick profile. Cool, you have a Kick profile. Welcome to Kick. My Kick is actually once again doing this on me, so I can't even see chat over there, but fortunately, at least it is still sending over there. So on my OBS, like I'll show you, on OBS I've got it to where if it's sent from Kick, it looks like this. If it's sent from YouTube, it'll have the little YouTube logo. So that's kind of cool. Oh man, why is it not letting me move it? I grabbed it. Okay, so that got me back a lot of nodes. I don't remember exactly how many nodes it was on here, but I think that got me back like almost 10 nodes, like 9 nodes or something like that. That's good. I know we've got 5,000 now, right, Clen? But the thing about it is that the map still has a map budget. We only have so many brains, and I'm trying to keep this all in one brain. But yeah, this is kind of complicated looking, but it's actually accomplishing something that's super silly, that it should be this complicated. But that's because like I said, we got to be able to make it more variable. We can plug these in now. The other brain is for class and leveling up. This brain is for classes and leveling up, and I haven't done practically anything in it, except for outline what we're going to do with the classes. This one is for the actual spawning of the troops, and the reason it's this complicated, excuse me, is so that I could basically assign things like, I made a list of all of the players that are players, as opposed to the bots, which are going to count as players in Halo Infinite, but they're not going to be players because it's a 3v3 mode, and all the other bots, the other Spartan bots, are parts of your squads, so they're not players. This is your list of 3v3 players, which means whenever someone joins, we have to remove a bot from this list, and then add that player to the list, and and then go through the rigmarole of setting them up. You can make just one custom event for the spawning to save on nodes. Same for the waiting. You can put them on a for each iteration, but you should be optimized. You should do optimization later. Yeah, a custom event for the spawning to save on nodes. Yeah, so what I've got going on here, right? I'm going to explain it to you so that you can see, because you're here, and I don't always get to explain it. I also want to explain to you what we were talking about the classes, because I don't remember if you've been here for any. I'm pretty sure you keep on having to leave right whenever I was about to explain them to you. But just by chance. So if you don't have much time and you'd rather hear about the classes, we can. But basically, on round start, I'm creating a stopwatch, which is the stopwatch for the respawn timer of all the units. I'm waiting 3 seconds because it allows everything else to go through before anything gets messed up. Mainly because I need to spawn in all of these bots if there are not 3 players for both team. I need to spawn in bots to replace any missing players. During that time, that happens within this 3 seconds. I get all the players for each player. Right, I get object list variable. That's all. That's what that one here is. The players that I just assigned. I'm assigning all of the players to that variable, which can be a little cleaner if I move it over. And then I'm going into a branch for each team. Right, into one. Spawning player unit. I'm doing the same thing on both of them. Set player unit spawns, but I'm feeding in Echo objects which are labeled Echo versus Charlie, which is the spawner the main base spawners, right? I'm getting number variable eagle spawner incrementer, so that I can increment it over here and come back in, because I'm feeding that incrementer into there. And whenever I did it in here, for some reason it just wouldn't work, and I would think it was because it was starting the incrementation over again every single time we got into here. Anyway, and then I'm waiting for in seconds for the increment. Now the set player unit spawns, that's in here. I'm passing into it the current player as the object, and the Cobra spawner incrementer is the number, and then the list, from Charlie or Echo in as the list. And in here, what I'm doing here is setting object variable. I'm setting the base squad spawn, right? Oh, I don't need this anymore. It was just a debug text. That's one node back. It's setting this variable base squad spawn, right? That's the main base squad spawn for each of the players. It's fine. It's getting a squad spawn at base and assigning it to a variable inside the player. That way, every player has their base squad spawn in a variable. So later, whenever you level up, I can grab that and I can replace the values inside the spawner with the values that we have assigned up here in these pre-setup ones for your level of your class, right? So each class is going to have its own levels for each of the things, and and it's going to be different units are going to spawn for you as you level up your tree based on the level you have. So I only have 2 levels here, kind of sort of roughed out, and this is like a berserker, and this is the knight. The berserker has overshields and hammer. The knight has I'm not sure what weapon it's going to have. Probably just a regular weapon of some kind, regular gun of some kind, like an assault rifle or something. But it has a quantum translocator. I'm not sure which one we should give it as a weapon, because there's a rogue class basically. It's an infiltrator, which is going to have a sword and camo. So, although we could maybe put the sword maybe the quantum translocator and the sword would be cooler, and then the like camo should go with a rifle or something. Anyway, then I'm setting the squad commander, so I'm grabbing this squad spawn location, and I'm assigning into it. I'm assigning the player that it is. So I'm taking the squad spawner and I'm storing it in the player. I'm taking the player and I'm storing it in the squad spawner. Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Dang it! Okay, well, whenever you get back, I want to run you through the classes. I think that's more important. Anyway, these things are a bunch of wasted nodes that if they had a better, this is a thing. Events AI on squad spawned doesn't tell you which location it spawned at, which squad spawner it spawned at. So if I had that, I could do all of these in just one of these, with maybe 1 or 2 additional nodes or something like that, just to make it clarify itself. But like all of this would be reduced to just one if this just had passed the spawner that the squad spawned at. But anyway, okay, let's see. So anyway, the point is, I'm gonna keep on working then, because I was about to run you through it, all the scripting, so that you understood, and you could actually help me if I've got anything wrong, if I've done anything bad. But for now, this is kind of. It's working, and that's the important thing. Now I need to have... I honestly think that the next things I need to do... Okay, there's one other thing I need to do in spawning. I need to spawn in the other bots. All the bots that are not players. So I do need to do that. And I need to assign those bots to their player. Or to their squad. Actually, yeah. Probably to their squad. Or to the squad spawner. So that whenever the squad... Wait. Whenever... Is there... On squad spawn doesn't pass the spawner. Never mind. Oh, right. You know what I'm not doing? The initial squad that I spawn for you, spawn squad for player, is spawning. Is that this? No. Spawn squad for player is this one. And then it's starting, the stopwatch is initially starting right there. But, okay, what I just realized is this on squad spawn with, oh yeah, this is what sorts it out. Yeah, never mind, this way. It will assign, every single time your squad spawns in, it sets your commander, it stores it in that squad as well. Not just the squad spawner, but the squad that spawns out of the squad spawner will carry a value, or it stores it in your. No, it doesn't store the value. It stores you in it. That's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, the point is that I need to assign whenever the bots are spawned in. I need to assign that bot to one of the these squad spawners, so that I can have that spawn in and either teleport to there or something to that effect, and that way I can pass it off to the drop ship and the drop pods if you've got a certain level. Okay, anyway, I think actually, I mean, I guess I could just whenever you level up. Yeah, it's whenever you level up, I need to be able to give them a certain equipment, so I definitely need to spawn. I need to do that. Okay. Yeah. I just keep on rambling. I need to just do it. Okay. Declare object variable duplicate. We need to go in here, and it's tongue twisters. So I'm just like not making any sense. I'm sure. Let's see. Player squad bot. Actually, I'll say Spartan bot. Spartan bot. Okay. Player squad Spartan bot. Alright, cool. This is the, or even personal players. I'll put personal Spartan bot sounds a little better because it means it's assigning the one that's for you. Okay, scope is going to be object, yep. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the object variable. So we're going to grab this one, put it over here, and we're going to grab that value, put it in here, and what that's going to do is whenever we spawn squad for player triggers the spawner, what I need to also do is unlock. Let's see. I've got base squad spawn. Aha, yes, I do need to store them into that. so that I don't have to pull the object anymore. I think. Wait, hold on. So for player, do I pass the player actually? Wait. Squad spawn player. Object is... oh, okay, yeah. I'm passing the player into it. Okay, so this object right here is the player that it spawns for. So I can definitely say... duplicate this. Go in here, Control V, enter, move it away from there, and do object. There we go. And what this can do, trigger AI spawner, and then this is actually going to start the stopwatch after this. And what it's going to do is add a node. We're going to go to bots. We're going to say, no, we're going to go to players. We're going to say set respawn. Wait, where is it? Unblock respawns for player. The object that is stored here is going to be the player. We're going to break this, do this, and there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to wait for a second here. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to wait for, we will say 0.1. We don't have to wait a long time because players will respawn immediately. The bots will respawn immediately on the if they're dead and they've been dead for, oh, you know what? Let's actually wait for 1 whole second before we block the spawners again. And the reason is because I want there to be, like, the bots are gonna go on the same respawn penalty as players. Wait a minute. Wait. Set player respawn penalty adds an additional amount of time to the next respawn for the player. Set penalty seconds to 0 to restore the player to the default state for the game mode. Must be reapplied after every spawn. Question: can I put a negative value here? Because if I can, -1. It does not accept that. I don't think. Yeah, -2, let's see, nope, it does not accept that. So I can't, I wanted to reduce them. Can I say spawn player immediately? Teleport player, set player team, mark overrides, set player camo, get respawn penalty, get random player, get player team. Okay. Get is marked, our same player, block player respawns. Get all players. Okay, so, yeah, no, I can't, apparently. I would love to be able to eliminate your respawn timer entirely. But I know that that's on the game mode, like, level. So I know that they have that. The scripting levels inside of the map is on a different level of the code from the game mode level, and the game mode level is actually supersedes everything in the script mode right now, and that's why they have to play nice and hand things off with the game mode nodes that are over here, the game mode nodes right here, which is kind of lame and unfortunate, but you know, it's a thing, it's a limitation right now. Okay, so basically this set object variable, or get object variable is this personal Spartan bot variable that we're going to set up here. What this means is for this player it's going to trigger their AI spawner, and it's also going to unblock respawns for their Spartan bot, right? And then it's going to start a stopwatch, and it's going to wait for n seconds. It's going to block player respawns again. And the benefit of this, the reason this is happening, is so that the Spartan bots that are part of your squad and not part of your players, not filling in for missing players, will have all of the abilities. I mean, will behave more naturally. This should probably go down here, and this could just move over and move over this way. That seems like it would make more sense to keep it cleaner. But yeah, with just a little tiny bit of overlap here, that's a little annoying, but I think I can actually eliminate that by doing this. There we go. Alright, keep it clean, as the superintendent says. Let's see, we're gonna move this over here. And that. I know, this is super, like, particular. Oh, down. But anyway, it just makes it easier to understand whenever I look at it later. Okay, so now we've got this, right? And now it looks like a shade, you know? Not a shade, a shadow. Like we were talking about last stream, we were talking about shadows. What? That's not what I meant to do, I was trying to save it. Okay, so now what we want to do is set the object variable, which means we need to grab... In one of these, we should already be setting things. Set object variable, set object variable. Okay, so we need to create, I think, spawn squad for player. I think we need to create bots in a variable and then set them as we go. And we need to have the current player involved. So this is the object at the index. This object right here is the player. I know that much. The current player as we go through. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another trigger custom async script right here, and I'm going to pass the object, this object again through it, just like this other one. But I'm going to have to change this. We're going to create Spartan bot for player, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab that. And where is a on event custom, duplicate, and then we can paste this in here, and then we're gonna have to generate an object. So we have our player now is right here, and then it's gonna be happening for each player. And later what we can do is whenever a player joins and we delete the old Spartan bot that is that's filling in for that player who wasn't there, we can also we can delete their squad, like the Spartan that they that's under them, and then we can apply and we can respawn it using this by calling this exact same custom event using that new player. So we can like custom hot join players. And so what we're gonna do on custom event global async. Okay, we need to create. We need to go to bots. We need to go to add bot. Okay, so we're going to add a bot. Now, I think the difficulty of these individual bots, I'm going to put as ODST, but I might actually, you know what? I might set these to Marine and let them level up as you level up. You know, get more difficult for the enemy as your singing scorpions on a foggy night. Yeah. Would you? Oh, here we go. Gamer, would you ever come back over to Twitch singing scorpions on a foggy night? I don't know if I would. Twitch is still like they have a terrible app still, from what I understand, and also I can't do them on YouTube and Kick, so I would lose my YouTube audience immediately, and that's like honestly my stronger audience of the two at this point. Like I get Kick people every now and then, but I think that I get more people on YouTube now than I did over on Kick. Than I do over on Kick. Like I used to get like sometimes like 7 to 9 people on Kick, and then whenever people host me, obviously that, but like, I don't know. Maybe if I just use my wife's computer to like restream it that way instead of having to use Restream. But okay, so we're gonna add a bot. Bot difficulty is gonna be Marine. We're gonna upgrade this bot difficulty later, based on the level of the player. And when you hot join, I'll let you hot join just base, and then I'll assign, and then you'll pick your class. When you pick your class, it's going to grab a variable that's holding the level of the bot that you're replacing, and it's going to plug that into your class, immediately leveling you up using all the level up features that are already in the game, and it's going to set your bot difficulty to whatever your current level is. So it doesn't matter that we're starting it off at Marine, we're going to immediately swap it up to a higher difficulty level, but right after that, basically. So this object, set object variable, what are we doing here? This bot is going to be the value, right? Oh wait, I just realized, add this bot. Wait, how do we grab this bot? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait a minute. We can use the fact that it's difficulty Marine. Ah, because we can actually, that was one of the things. Get bot is difficulty. Get all bots on team. Get all bots. Bot difficulty. Get is bot, remove all bots, remove specific bot from match. Okay, so get bot is difficulty. Bot player, bot difficulty, bot is difficulty true. Okay, so wait, no, that's not going to work because I can't just, because then whenever everybody is a bot is actually marine bots, then whenever I, oh wait, there's a recruit. Where's recruit? How did I go to marine first? If you all started, I mean, if it's recruit bot. Okay, so at level 1, suppose at level 1, your bots are set to marine. So in this event, I can spawn a bot, and then I can immediately up it to, I can immediately grab it because it still says recruit, and then I can promote it to marine, and recruit will be like a filter of how I know which bot I'm dealing with, right? That might work. That means I'm going to sift through all the bots every single time. Grab all the bots, sift through them, find the one that is marine, and then set it to this variable. So that seems a little bit odd. I wish I could add a bot and then immediately grab that bot. Like, I guess is there an on bot added? Like an event? Event, players on, player joined, but I can't pass this into there. Ugh, this is frustrating. Frustrating to say the least. So what I might have to do, this is global async. If I make one that's just global, this is something I forget how to do because I haven't used just regular global in so long. If I do custom event global, triggers a custom event with a matching identifier in any script brain and waits for completion before resuming the original script brain. Right. Okay, so that doesn't, I mean, it still means that if multiple of them are triggered by different events, there's still going to be separate things going on. So that's not what I want. What I need to do, I added a bot. How do I get that bot? Like events. No, it's going to be events players, is obviously on player crouch, on player exited, on player joined, on player killed. Like, how do I just need to grab that bot. Oh, you know what I do? No, that won't work. Oh yeah, on player, I know how to do it. On player joined. Right, no I don't. I was gonna say on player joined means that I could add them and then immediately go, and I can, on player joined, I can put them into a list, and that would put them at the end of the list each time, and then I could just grab the index that would be the current one, but I don't know what the index of the current bot is. I don't have, or like, I could know potentially myself, but I don't have a script that will generate, that will generate this thing. I don't know. I think I might not be able to trigger it this way because I'm going to have to trigger it in a way that I know what player I'm triggering it for and the bot and everything all at one time. Jesus. Okay, whoops. That got moved all the way over there. This is complicated. This is one of the things I wish Clint was here for, because he might know a way of pulling this off. Game mode, generic objectives, inventory, lists. Okay, let me think. Let me look in bots. Add bot, bot difficulty, get all bots on team, get bot is difficulty, get is bot, remove all bots, remove specific bot from match. So, okay. Alright. So here's the thing. I am trying to trigger this for each player I am doing this, right? So on this branch, it's happening, right? So I'm triggering this every single time it's happening, and that is not going to work. Because the reason that that's not going to work is that I need to slow it down and have them in a specific order. They need to actually be here for this, right? So I might actually need to do non-async, and I need to trigger it separately and have a separate wait, right? Or maybe I could trigger it up here. Yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. Create Spartan bot for player. this. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Alright, so if I global async this... No, that's not going to work either. Jesus Christ. How do I just generate a bot and put it in a pocket? I need someone who knows this. Okay. The only thing I've thought of so far that would potentially work is I have it as recruit. I create the bot. Okay. I then try and get bot is difficulty, right? So I need to get all the bots. I'll just try to build this and see if it pans out and see if it works. Bots, get all bots. Okay. Bot players, okay. Let's see. Bot... Wait, what? Bot player, oh, okay. Get... Oh, can I say for each player? Or for each bot? Get bot is difficulty, add bot, okay, let's see. Events, players, on player, joined... No, not events, I mean players in general, just players. Our same player, block player, get all players. Get, I need to do like for each player. I think there's one of those, right? Is that in logic? For each player. There we go. So for... Oh, come on now. For each player. Execute per player. Let's see. Current player. It says bot player. And it'll come out as null, which means it will not be the difficulty, right? I assume that that's how that's going to work. So then it won't... So if I put a branch here and I say it is recruit, right? Oh. I also need to check to see if it's on the right team. Okay. Oh, wait, no. I don't... This isn't on a team. Right. Is there a neutral option? No. Okay. So this hasn't had its team set. I have the object here already, right? For each player objects, I need to get all players or get all bots or whatever. That's right. Bot, get all bots. I deleted this already. Get all bots. Okay, for each player, get all bots, feed that in. Current player is a bot. The bot player is a specific difficulty. Let's say, oh, I already set to recruit. I have this object, that is the player. I need to get the player's team, and we're getting to a dangerously complex one where we're getting close to the end of my, thing. Get player, and then I'll have to make a new brain. Get player team. So object is my player, team is team. So it's going to generate a bot that is on the correct team. It's going to say get all bots. The bots are then going, it will then probably spawn in. Because it's now generated, and then no, wait, that doesn't need to come down here, so that'll go out. Get bot is difficulty, and then I need to do that's where we do the branch, a logic branch, and we're gonna go there. Get bot is difficulty. There we go. Yeah. So if it's true that it is this difficulty, we're going to bots. Where is bot difficulty? Wait, how do we change the bot difficulty? Wait, didn't we? Hold on. I thought you could change a bot's difficulty. Get all bots on team, get bot is difficulty, get is bot. Are you kidding me? All of this was because I assumed I could set a bot's difficulty. Where is there something like that in players? Set player, no, it isn't. Can I do that in the new stuff? Wait, traits? Apply. No, I don't think I can set or apply anything in here as a difficulty, right? Trait, player, trait, no, it's not in here. Bottomless clip. Remove traits. Okay, hold on. Literals. Respawn message, character type, control state. I thought I saw one in here somewhere. Are you serious though? Like, this is insane. I am beginning to think that I'm gonna have to make these bots spawn in. I'm gonna have to have only 3 respawn locations, or 3 groups of three respawn locations. I'm gonna have to let them spawn in. When they spawn in, because they don't spawn at starting. Whenever you add a bot in the middle of the game, they spawn at a respawn location. I'm going to have 3 respawn locations. They're going to spawn at the respawn location. They'll be inside of an area monitor, and it will grab them. And it will say, do you have a player? No? Okay, here's a player. And assign it to them. Or something like that. Which, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. I am really confused. I could have sworn that there was a set difficulty level for a bot, but I guess I was wrong. Let's see. Oh gosh. I could, like, this one, bot difficulty. How is this not like set bot difficulty? Get bot is difficulty. Get all bots on team. Alright. So here's another option. I can blind grab all the bots on the team, check if they're already in this as a player, and then assign them to one of the players. So I don't want to set them up as a recruit. That also means I need to delete them and replace them with a higher difficulty level. You know, I'm going with Marine. I'm just going to go with Marine. That's going to be the difficulty of the bots. We'll see if we can delete them and replace them with higher difficulty level bots later. But getting that bot, like grabbing the bot after you spawn it, apparently, like add bot has no way of immediately identifying the bot. So like, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, geez. Let's go with that then. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have to do like up here. We're gonna get all bots on team. The team is going to be the current player's team. Right? Let's see. So, okay. I keep on thinking of a way to do it, and then getting to a point where one of the nodes that I've just now found out don't exist would be necessary. In my head, I'm realizing, oh, I got to a point, no, that won't work. No, that won't work. So I gotta go in, okay, if I just spawn 3 bots on your team, and then I grab all the bots on your team, and then I check them against that other list, and for the 3 bots that are not on the list, if they are not on the list, then assign, so for each player, get all bots, let's say on the team, so we actually assign them to only players on the same team, so we don't accidentally assign bots, yeah, on the opposing team. Okay, get all bots on the team. This is going to be separate. We're going to add all the bots, and then we're going to trigger this other thing, right? Where we're going to assign them. So we're going to spawn them, and then we're going to assign them. I don't even think... Yeah. We're going to probably make the team something we define, and then have one for each team. For each player on the team. Not this. This is not it. We do want to branch. Get see variables, advanced, get, where is it, object list variable, and then that's where we're going to do our identifier is players. Okay, get object list variable, players. The branch is going to be compare lists. List casts, yeah, list compare, wait, where is it? No, it's in compare. Compare, logic compare. Compare, is there not a compare object list? Oh my god. Please don't tell me that. Where is it? Logic. Compare wave manager. This is all new stuff. Compare teams, compare squads. Okay, where is is it in lists? It's in lists, isn't it? Combine for each generic item. This is generic stuff. Get shared items. Get shared items. Item is in generic list. Okay. Get shared items. Okay, if this list and the current... Nope, that's not a list item, is it? That is any list. The current player is not a list. I can't do that. Oh, is on list. Object is on list. That's right. There's an get object. I think is on list is a thing. Get shared objects. Object is in list. There we go. Thank goodness. Object list. Current player is the object. Don't know why that they do it like this, because there's a whole lot of times whenever this makes sense. Okay, let's see. Object is in list. Okay, if the object is in the list, then we don't want to do anything. If it's not in the list, then we know that it's a not unassigned bot, because right now we just spawned them in. We're assigning them now, right? We're going to store, whenever a player leaves, we're going to take their bot from their variable, and we're going to store it in another variable so we can give it to the next player who joins. That's kind of important. So bot difficulty can be deleted. Okay, so for each object on, we'll say Eagle team for now, for this one. Although I don't think you can pass a team through. That's the thing, is that if you trigger one of these, you can't like pass a team through it. It's kind of weird. Okay. Get all bots on team, bot players for each player, get object list variable, scope is global. That's a global list. And if it's on the list, then do nothing. If it's not on the list, then we set the object variable, and we're going to set it to the... Okay, so this is our player. This is our bot, so we don't have an object for our player. We need to pass our player in here. So what we're gonna do is put this here, right? Object goes to here, to object. Value is the current player here. And then we have, let's see, and then we have this going up to there. This is getting very difficult to align. That's okay. For now, I think this will work. Okay, and I think the best way to test this will be to make it to where whenever I ping, it will teleport my bot to my location. And if it teleports every single back, you're back, cool. Every single bot on the map, then that'll suck. So, Glenn, question. Are you aware of a way to do this? So I am trying to add a bot, and once I've added the bot, add that one bot to a specific list. Not any bot on the team, that bot. Sort it away from the other bots and do its own thing. Because from what I can tell, there is no way of doing that short of blindly knowing. Like by grabbing all of the bots that are unassigned and assigning them to a player one by one. Oh Jesus, this is not set up right either. This is gonna assign it. Oh my god. Okay. I don't understand your problem. Okay, I need to make a list of. I just figured it out again. Another way of doing it. Okay, so duplicate. I'm gonna explain in just a second. Unavailable bots. Okay, so here I think I might have solved it in my head just now, but we'll see. But I'll run it by you too. Okay, so every player has 3. Is there a way to script a given AI weapon varieties, like to an elite, the Blood Blade or the White Pulse Rifle? Yes, I think there is. I haven't actually done that yet, so I couldn't tell you how exactly, but I think that in AI in the AI section, like advanced, assign. Let's see, get AI. Something in here. Set AI modifiers. Set AI difficulty. Set AI. So you can set an AI difficulty, but you can't set a bot difficulty. That's weird. Set AI unit inactive. Unit perception. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but there's a undetectable. I don't know. There's like some kind of way of doing it, but I don't know where it is right now. You might have to do it on spawn. You may not be able to like give it to them in the middle of a match, by the way. Like well after they're already spawned. Okay, so Clint, what I'm trying to do. Sorry for breaking there. Unavailable bots. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is each player has 3 AI and 1 Spartan bot is their squad. I already have it assigning the 3 AI, I'm making the squad, I'm spawning it, all that kind of stuff, I'm respawning it, I'm making sure it only respawns whenever it's dead. All that stuff is fine for the squads, right? That's what, like, all this nonsense, some of this is not that, this is actually player, if there's not 3v3 in the match, it'll spawn Spartan bots to represent a player. But I'm trying to spawn the Spartan bots that are not the player, they're part of the squad for the player. So one of these Spartan bots will even have a pet Spartan bot under them, right? So I'm trying to spawn that in and then assign it to players. But I cannot for the life of me find a way to spawn it and then grab that bot so that I can apply it as an object variable to the player so the player has their specific bots stored. Because there's gonna be special abilities like respawning and then respawning in a drop pod for one of them, and then spawning in via a phantom drop. And if the Spartan bot can't spawn at the phantom drop too, then you're not getting your whole squad, and and it'll be a little bit messy. So what I was trying to do is make it to where I can grab whatever Spartan bot is assigned to you in this variable here, right? This object variable here. But to do it, it's like there is nothing, like adding the bot doesn't allow you to like put a tag, right? That you then can pull elsewhere or like name it. If it said add bot and then here there was a pass off from it and it said the bot's name, right? Then I could like use that as a like comparing these, and I can assign that bot in particular to, you know what I mean, like to a list. But there is no ability to do that here, and I can't find anything for like. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's hard. I don't know much about scripting, anyways. I don't mind showing you in a little bit. I'm just in the middle of doing this, so if I can like dig into it, I can probably help you find it. Right now, I know that I'm pretty sure you have to do it on the spawner, and you have to modify the spawner and then tell the spawner to spawn them the way you want. But there might be a way in here to actually apply it to an individual AI that's running around on the map. But anyway, in bots, there's like add bot, there's bot difficulty. There's no set bot difficulty, by the way. What I was gonna do was get bot is difficulty. I was gonna spawn it as I was hoping to spawn as a recruit, and then get all of the recruits immediately after that, which would only be the one bot, and then set that into the variable. But then it turned out I can't then set the bot's difficulty. There's no set bot difficulty. There's in AI or AI advanced, there was something like assign, where was it? We saw it a second ago. There was like set AI modifiers, I think it was. Set bot AI difficulty, right? Like this is just here, but you can't do that with bots. So like, I don't understand why. I know that the AI is scripted to pick up better weapons, like an elite holding an assault rifle will pick up like a Ravager. Sorry, anyways, love your stuff, dude. No, it's okay. I appreciate it. I'm just sitting here being a little bit frustrated with the scripting is all. So I hope that's not too bad. But yeah, so AI unit magic sight perception. Like I don't understand why bots don't have the ability to set the difficulty afterward, because that would allow me to sort it. Like I was gonna spawn it. Hey, PTSD machine, how's it going? I was gonna spawn it as a recruit, and then get the recruit, add it to the thing, and then immediately afterward, upgrade it to Marine, and then make the lowest difficulty level Marine, right? Just get before spawning the bot the full list of bots. Then after spawning, get the new list of bots, and then do a get different items, and you should have that bot. Oh, yeah, see, that's what I was about to do. Unavailable bots. That's what I was just now saying. I think I figured it out in my head, and then I was going to explain it to you to see what you were going to say. And look, you just said the exact same thing. So you just reassured me so freaking much, you have no idea. Declare, I was going to say unavailable bots. I was going to immediately apply players to there so that it will have any of these bots that are going to represent players already in the list. And then I was going to spawn a bot and then immediately do that. So I think you've got it. You've got me. Yeah, settled. So that's not what I want to do. I don't know what that just did. Okay. So I need to add bot. Okay. So all right. Get object list variable. This is not going to be for players now. It's going to be for unavailable bots, right? Which I'm going to pass the players into that list too, because it doesn't really matter. They don't have to be bot. It doesn't have to only be bots, right? It can just be all the players, and then yeah. And so unavailable bots will include the original bots that are replacing players for the 3v3, and then it will make it to where get objects in list, or object is in list. Okay, cool. And then I say, and then I need to get all. Okay, get all bots on team. So I assign it to the correct team. I might need to do that, and then pass the player objects and get the player objects team. Okay, hold on. Get all objects on team for each player. If the object is not false, is not in the list, then... By the way, how do you use... This is something that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Someday, after you are well and good into the scripting, I might have to go in and take a quick peek at your script brains to learn anything I can about AI. Yeah, I need to... at that point, I will probably need to go back over my own scripts to remind myself everything I had learned about AI, so that it all sticks. But yeah, so I agree. I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to be learning from past self. Let's see. Events, players. Let's see. Okay, I've got my object list. I was thinking, what was that one that I was thinking of? It's logic, Boolean not. This one's interesting because it doesn't go into here, right? So, I don't think that matters though. Object is in list. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so if this object is in this, then nothing happens. If it is not in this, it's going to set the object variable. It's going to put that object, the current object, into this player's inventory. Okay, cool. Yes. And now we also need to make sure that it is only grabbing bots that are on your team.
There's another one.
Thank you, by the way, for subscribing on YouTube. That's 2 people back to back. That was awesome. So if... Okay, so I'm going to add a node. Okay, so get let's see, players, get player team. There it is. Okay, so that was mind-numbingly difficult to figure out. And Clint, you came in here like almost immediately. We're like, "Well, do this," and I was like, "Ah, yeah, okay, that's what I just thought of. Oh, that's so perfect." Anyway, so here we go. All right. So on custom event global, I will pass the player in. I'll get the player's team, get all the bots on that team. Only care about bots on that team. I will then proceed to get objects in the unavailable bots list and see if the bots on the team, for each of the bots on that team, I'm going to compare them to the bot list. And... set... Oh, wait. Okay, again. I was about to do the wrong thing again. See? This is what I almost didn't... Okay. I have to do this. I can't for each player. What I would end up assigning all of the bots on the team to this one variable. I keep on replacing the variable with the next bot until I just have one bot assigned to this player. And every single time that I do... Oh, wait, no, that's right, I'm dumb. It's because Because, wait. If I do that, and then immediately after this, I apply... Okay, if I trigger this immediately after spawning a bot... Yeah. Wait. Okay, I'm dumb. I need to put this in here. This is the question. This is it right here. I spawn a bot. Now the bot exists. And it's going to be on team, the player's team. So for each player, I will do this. It will generate a bot. It will then put them... They will then be on the same team. It will check all of the bots, compare them to the list. If it's not on this unavailable bots list, then it will assign it to the player. There will only be one bot available for this. So there will only be the one bot to grab. And then immediately after this, we then set the list variable. Where is my set object list variable set up? There it is. No, not get. Oh no, add object to list. Right? Both of these, duplicate, bring them down here. Okay. Get object list, add object to list. Wait, what? How do I know what? Set object list. Oh, to new list, set object list variable. Oh, right. Duplicate that. Yeah, that too. That's the thing I was about to be missing. Set object list no, come on. What is it doing? There we go. And then move this over here. And then what I need to do is change this to... Is it still set to unavailable? Yes, unavailable bots. And unavailable bots. There we go. I think I also need to set this. So what I need to do is... before all of this happens, I need to figure out how to... Okay, get bot difficulty is not necessary anymore. I can delete that one, so I get one of my script frames back. That wasn't what I meant to do, but I'll save it anyway while I'm out here. There we go. Okay, so... Alright. I need to set the bot list variable. New object list is the value. And I get the old list, and then I set it, and I do that. Okay. Adding the object to the list needs to be the current player, which is that object. I can just put this back here, I guess. And then get the set the object list variable. But the question is, what's in this list to begin with? Right now, I'm grabbing the list. I'm assuming it has all the bots, but I have not actually set up the list to have all of those bots. Let's go ahead and move it over here. And I need to actually set that list variable. This is adding each player to it, right? For each player and doing all of this. And then eventually, at the end of all this, something that doesn't add up in my mind is, why didn't 343 make it possible to apply traits to AI? Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't hold the same values inside of them. Like... Because the traits, they'd probably have to completely reprogram how that works. And basically, maybe make the node act the same. Like, be the same node. But then, under the hood, it would have to do something different if it's an AI versus a player. But that's probably a future thing. If they can get around to it, that'll probably be a future thing. Like, that sounds like something that's a kind of a no-brainer, is something that could be useful. So, yeah. Whip AI tool. Yeah. Yes. Welcome, Unseen Halo. This is chaos. So, okay, unavailable bots. Where do I assign player that player's thing to the unassigned bots? And I think the best bet. This is on round start 3 seconds in. If we go 3.5 seconds in, if we do on round start and we duplicate it, and we duplicate that I didn't drag it, so now it's all the way over here. Right? We duplicate these, and we go 3.5. Then by this point, I think we will have this will have run and populated our players list. And then all we have to do is say get object players list and set unavailable bots, and we just go object list to value, And now this starts off right then, after we've populated it with all our players, it sets it immediately into there. Why I have to do it that way is because I'm spawning potentially bots in to replace players, so I have to actively create this list after they have been spawned in. So this has to be 3 seconds later, and then that means this has to be 3.5 seconds later, so that this list is definitely done here, and then we hand it over to there. Now, this is all going to get really complicated whenever we start allowing players to leave and be replaced by bots, or join and be replaced by bots. We're going to have to put that into a different script brain, because we might even have to put the rest of this into a different script brain. We're down to 3 nodes left. So I don't even have the thing that triggers this yet for each player. So, yeah. I actually might even do for each... You know what? I think I could say for each object in this list. Yeah. Let's clear that. And then I can set it. Ooh. I can set it and for each object in this list all at the same time. I think I can do that. Let's see. For each player. I know a for each object somewhere, unless I've had to delete it. Yeah, I've placed and deleted several of those, I think. Let's see. Players. Logic. For each object. We go up, not there. This one. Here's our object list. So each of the players that can be in there, right? That are players. We're going to, let's see, on completion. Actually, you know what? Let's do this after. Oh, we still want that. Let's do this one first, because that would make sure that this is set before we call the other script. We don't want to. I almost just didn't do that, to where it wouldn't have been set before we call the script that is about to rely on it as a value. So now getting this is now especially useful because we got to do it twice, right? So for each object in the players, for each player, basically, player, not bots that count as players too, but these are the actual players and actual bots that in this mode count as a player, which is the 3v3. 3 players on each team. And we are now going to trigger this and pass in the current player. So now we just need to duplicate that, because it's a trigger one. Create Spartan bot for player. Wait, is that literally... Yes, that was where I was gonna trigger before. That's literally the one we need. And because I got to delete the other version, execute per object, current object, done, I think, with 2 nodes to spare. I think this is right. Okay, on the start, 3.5 seconds in, we grab all from... We set the object list for unavailable bots equal to the players, which we've already set up elsewhere. Then for each player in that list, we then execute per object, trigger custom event global async, current object, and then we go down here and we generate on custom event global async. We're going to create Spartan bot for player, get that player's team, add the bot. We're actually adding the bot and setting it to their team, setting it to marine difficulty, although we might want to put ODST. I don't know. People are better than they think. Get all bots on team for each player. Yeah. Let's see if it works. And let's see if I left any nodes incomplete. Yep, block player respawns and failed to build. Don't know what failed to build was about in particular, but it was supposed to be down here. Block respawn message needed to be set. Challenge failed. Game over. Respawning disabled. You died. Yeah, respawning disabled, I guess. Let's see. Hope343. The rest of the bosses plus the banished grunt and the sentinels. Oh, ads. I see. Yeah. The rest of the sentinels and the red bounty guys. Yes, I agree. Yes, that would be really cool. All right, let's start. Let's see how it goes. So right now it's generating our bots that are just players, right? And then when 3.5 seconds in, it added 1 person, Mickey, and I have no idea where it spawned him. Did that work? Hold on, music stopped. Let me hit play on that. Oh, my game volume is still set really low because I was trying to forge while me and my wife were watching a TV show earlier. Oh, man, I can't believe I've been moving around like that. Okay, where is the extra bot? Like, their units are in there and they're charging forward. Our units are here and they're charging forward. They're kind of taking some weird routes. But where's Mickey? It said that there was a Mickey. Is there another ally, like, really far outside the map somewhere? No. This is weird. Oh, there he is. Yeah. There we go. Here's Mickey. Oh, he wasn't allowed to spawn yet. His respawn was blocked or something like that, I guess. Or something. Maybe I just didn't have enough respawners. Real quick, do you guys think I need to set this respawn to block? So what I was doing for this was, this is where it triggers the AI spawners, right? And for the personal Spartan bot for the player, right? It's gonna be set to, it's blocked, right? The ones in there is blocked. And then when it's set to respawn them, the AI, it unblocks it temporarily for 1 second, and then it blocks it again, which means they will respawn at the same time as the campaign AI. The idea there was that they would run out there at the same time as the most recent spawned squad, so that they would reinforce them a bit. The downside to that is it's a lot more complicated in here, and that's actually, you know, yeah, it's pretty rough. So what I was wondering is, do you guys think I even need to do that, or just let it respawn on the respawner? Another thing is that I think I need more respawners, because I have 4, but that seems to give it some trouble. This is here because I wanted to, sometimes I need to be able to fly around to look for a bot. Also have a question for you guys, design-wise. Do you guys like this idea? I was considering, if we were already considering the idea, and actually, is Hollywood here? I think Hollywood was here earlier, right? Or am I remembering wrong? It only spawned 1 bot, by the way. I think it was only for me. It assigned it to me, and I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so... Oh, I see. It's only gonna happen if my squad is dead. That's why the bot didn't spawn in. Will he spawn in now? Yeah, there he is. So his initial spawn isn't working because I block it right there at the beginning. So I wasn't here in the previous streams. Can you show how the bots are set up to go to specific places? Whoa, what is happening now? That is way more than I'm supposed to have. I think somehow I spawned more than I was supposed to have, and I'm not sure how, because this script was working earlier. So hopefully I didn't just ruin my own script somewhere. Yeah, this is a little bit alarming. AI units are at 100%. Yeah, that's very much so true. Okay, alright. I am kind of confused about why my AI units are respawning so quickly over here. They shouldn't be doing that. Alright, let's see. They were working earlier, and I must have done something to them. Is it in here? Stopwatch is supposed to be... Okay. It's this one, right? No, it's this one down here. Yeah. On stopwatch reaches 3 seconds. Restarted immediately. For each in the players list. Get squad variable, players active squad. Oh, weird. I just realized that only stores 1 squad. And I guess somehow it spawned another squad and assigned that one to it. To that player. Oh gosh. Get squad AI unit count. If it's 0, if true, then then spawn squad for player. Spawn squad for players here. Get object variable. Get object variable. Personal Spartan bot. I've got some work to do on these, apparently. I thought I had them working earlier. They were working earlier before I went on stream, so something I did is either cause some kind of delay in one of the events to happen, and has made it to where it ends up spawning the bots, the AI twice. Like it triggers it twice somehow right here. This is the only place it triggers the AI spawner, by the way. So somehow this is triggering spawn squad for player. Let me see if I've got spawn squad 4 player somewhere else where I may have accidentally, like, I copied it and used that so I could get a trigger node, and then I forgot to change the name of the trigger. Yeah, spawn bot eagle, spawn bot eagle, spawn bot cobra. No, not there. Okay, so I guess I didn't do that. Oh, wait. Spawn squad for players right here. Why do I do that? Oh wait, this is set player unit spawns. Identify base squad spawn and then squad commander. I don't need to do this here, I don't think. Okay, this might be where it doubled up. For each player, you had a bot. Yes. So for each player, but or for each object inside this object's folder called players, which is just the 3v3, which include bots that I put in there and assigned to that folder. For each player here is all players because it's the beginning before any other players are added. This one I have is on round start. I wonder if I shouldn't just trigger it in here. That way I know for a fact it happens after these 3 seconds are done, instead of having a separate timer, and then make another timer over here to slow it down or something. I could do that. But I think it's this. I don't need this to happen because the stopwatch is already going. And if the stopwatch is already going, where is it? Where's the start stopwatch? Oh, right. No, I started the stopwatch here, right? Or is it up here? Create stopwatch. Start immediately. Yeah, why did I do this? Pretty sure if I hit just true here... It doesn't matter if this is start right here because I just delete this. Will this work? Okay, so I've got 3v3 now. No, it didn't. It did not work because it only worked for the 1 player. Okay, I see. So let's undo that. Undo that. That's why I did that. Start immediately false. Okay, I forgot how that worked. You can have a button to start it. Let's see, for each player you had a bot. Very complex to debug. Too bad there's no log. I know, right? I mean, there is a log down here. It's just that it doesn't really do anything for this. It just doesn't feed this kind of information through the log, unfortunately. It's only whenever there's like a node that's blocked. Okay, so the idea... So, the main reason I need the bot to be stored in this variable for each player, right? Each player needs to have their bot assigned, is because when you level up, I want to give your bot different things. So when you level up to level like 2 or 3 as, let's say, the ODST, the trooper, or whatever, right? Then I want to give your bot the threat sensor, because you're gonna be respawning out in the middle of nowhere. Them having a threat sensor will help you immediately assess the area, right? So they'll see an enemy, they'll pop a threat sensor, and then you'll know where they are. And it'll also tell all of your opponents, all your allies, where all your enemies are located. So you won't have the threat sensor, but your bot will, and that will be helpful. That's like the thought, that's like the plan that I had. And what that means is that we need to be able to level up your bot. And like, if you want to, you know what I mean? Like, it's eventually, if you're the invisible, player, the one with camo, we're probably going to have you also spawn with an invisible elite, and giving your bot the camo as well at that point would be really cool. But yeah, so you have an invisible Spartan and invisible elite. But that's what the confusion. That's where I'm at here, where I'm just like, what do I do next for this? You know what I mean? And I'm running out of nodes, so I think whatever I do next, I'm going to have to move to another script brain. Or I'll move this to the other script brain, to be honest. This is probably for the best. I'm going to Control-C this, make a new script brain, a third one. Because this one's definitely going to be full to the brim of class stuff. And if I can get the class stuff to where I can fit this other stuff in there later, I will do that. I'll grab it and I'll move it in there. But right now, it's just, I have to assume that it is, let's see, that way I can sort of distinguish them from one another. Let's paste. There we go. So this is what spawns your teammate bots, not your squad bots, but your teammate bots, the one that replace players. And then let's go here and just delete these. So those are all going to spawn in, and then 3 seconds later they're going to be added to this list. And then I would be spawning these in and adding them to the list. But that's where the weirdness comes in, and where it's failing. Okay, well, like I said, I should probably switch this to a... Let's see. What is this thing doing exactly? It is on round start, getting object for each object, and starting the create Spartan bot for player. So we're going to say organize Spartan bot spawning. Well, that's what we'll do. Silly name, but yeah. Organize Spartan bot spawning for the trigger this. We're going to stick it over here. And then we're going to duplicate this. And I will grab this, put it in there. And I will make it to where it is no longer on round start. It's going to be here. And we're going to be able to trigger it. And yeah, it's going to allow us to set this to like we're going to set this to 1 instead of 0.5. And then we're going to set this over here into here. I could do... Yeah. I've got wait for 0.1 seconds over here. What if I do on completion trigger this? So I'll do all of these things, and then it will on completion trigger this. That would probably be pretty good. I think that will actually help keep it all organized so that it doesn't overlap and cause some kind of bug. Which also means that this wait probably doesn't need to be a second. It might not need to be set for a second. It might be able to just go away entirely. Let's see if this works. Okay. Could add a mark button that tells your bot to use its power-ups. That would be cool, but I'm using the mark for something else. I mean, it could do that too. Okay, it added the bot and then added the sandwolf, but it's still only adding one bot. It's supposed to spawn one for each of the players, right? For these guys too. They're in that list of players. Let me try to debug how large the list is before it sets them. So for each object and this player's list is where it's supposed to go in and trigger that, right? And then do all that. So and create a bot. Oh, I see what's happening. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Okay. What I need to do. Yeah. This is what I need to do. Add node. Wait for in iterations. No. Add node. Wait for in seconds. I need to watch this. We're gonna go here, iteration, and or actually no, we're gonna, since we don't want it to wait a full second, what we're gonna do is go to math. We're gonna do multiply. We're gonna plug. Oh gosh, I did it. I didn't drag it around. Current iteration result is gonna go there. First iteration is going to be a 1, and we're going to multiply that 1 against 0.1, and then the next one is going to be 0.2, and the next one's going to be 0.3. What that's going to end up doing is that this thing is going to run 0.1 second off for each of the bots being spawned. The important thing about that is that bots refuse to spawn all at the same time. This should fix that problem. Okay, so now we got all of our bots joined in, and then let's see next. Boom, boom, boom. It just joined in a bunch of bots did it assign them to people? Did it do it correctly? It's almost right. It spawned in 3 bots, it looks like. 1 on their team and 2 on ours. So the question is, does it even is the player's folder even correct, or the player's variable list variable even correct? So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do, like I said, I was going to debug that. So if we do add node, there's a get list, get, isn't there a get list size? There it is. Get generic list size. And we are going to go over here, do this, and we're going to hit add node, debug, and we're going to hit print number to kill feed. We're going to, oh, where'd it go? Over here. And we're going to go up here, go down here, and we're going to print this size right before it happens. And if it's not 6, then something is going wrong somewhere. That's going to tell us right away. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, it spawned them in. And now it should try to print 6. There it goes. Okay, so it's not that it's not, the 6 is there, but it's still only spawning in 3 bots, which means something else is causing there to only be 3 bots. So at least we know that. The list is properly, you know, populated. So now we need to see, so the current iteration, oh, okay, for each object in this list, we are doing it, and we're getting the player team, we're adding the bot with that team. Okay, so it's possible that we need to do this as 0.2 and see if that helps, because it might be that they're just all trying to happen at once and overlapping. And if that's the case, it will be very easy to spot, because that will be solved. Okay, so there's our 3v3, and then it just spawned 3 bots again, just 3. These grunts are so active. Now, will that squad respawn? Yes, and they didn't respawn twice. That's good. Let's go kill some more of our guys. So we can check another squad. Which squad was that? Oh, I didn't kill the whole squad yet. Respawn a squad? There it was. It was that far squad. Anyway, the far quad from the squad. Okay, let's see. Okay. So why is it only spawning in 3 of them before it is stopping? Probably it's adding object to this list. Is it somehow adding them to the list too quickly? It's adding a bot for each bot immediately after adding the bot once. Excuse me. I think I know what's going on. I think we need to do this. I think this will be a better version of what I was just doing. Pass that number into there, wait here to keep this sequence clean. And then plug the number into this spot so that it waits and then it adds the bot. That might solve it. Let's see. I had to debug with this with the waiting, with a different part of it with the teammate bots. Okay, let's see if it gets any. 1, 2. It still only gave me 3 bots. 1 on Red Cobra and 2 on Eagle. That's so weird. Okay. Do I have a wait in here somewhere else? No, branch. Add to list. So, I've got my player team. I'm getting all the bots on that team for each of those players, for each of those bots, basically. I am getting the object list variable unavailable bots. I am taking that... I'm seeing if it's in that list already. If it is not in that list already, I'm setting the object variable, current player, value, right, is the value, and the object is the current player that's passing into it. Now, up here, for each player in that list, for each object, I am triggering it. So each of those objects should have an open slot in their assign in that variable. And why is this not working for all 6 of them? Oh, you know what it could be? It could be that they're not quite all spawned in yet. Let's add another second over here. If they haven't all been added to the list because they're not all fully spawned in yet, then that could do it. So now we've got 3 on each team, including me. And then 1, 2, 3. Still just 3 bots. And that double spawned my squad again. Oh no! What is happening? That's not supposed to happen. Why is it specifically doing that for mine and not the other ones? The other ones are working just fine, but then that one's not working fine. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. Respawn squad 4 player. So, for each object in the players list. That's another thing. It's working down here. It's spawning the squads for every single player. Get squad in AI unit count. Prepare. You know what? I am doing this for each player down here. I could trigger... I don't need it to be up here. I'm doing that already. Let's see. Instead of doing it up there, I could theoretically do it down here. Does this spawn? Let's see, stopwatch. This is a stopwatch. It'll happen every single time if I do that. That is not what I want. Never mind. Okay. God. This is tough. I don't understand why it's only doing 3 of the bots. You can have a button to start it. Could add a mark button that tells... Very complex to debug. Yeah. I was hoping that somebody had said something that might have helped, in addition to the stuff that y'all had said earlier. Let's see. Okay, so organize Spartan bot spawning. Where do I have that triggered? Right, after this is all done, I triggered that event. Right, so that's pretty far out. That shouldn't be getting messed up. On completion, execute per player, current player. Alright, so all of this is happening whenever the squads spawn. This is the really weird part, is when the squads spawn, for some reason I am assigned to, as player 1, I'm being assigned to this one, right? And this is assigned to, which one is it? That's Eagle, and it is Echo and then Victor, right? That means it's this one, Victor. For some reason, it's like assigning it, and then do I also have to, do I have that happening over here as well? No, I'm just respawning it as soon as I spawn it. But it only should be spawning when, like, there's a branch over here. It should be if the remaining unit count equals 0. Maybe I should do percentage is 0. Maybe that'll help it stop doing that. Let's see how that works. Let's see. I have to kill my own squad to see it work, but... And yep, it spawned 2 of them. 2 sets of... Ooh, and it spawned them again. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's just spawning them non-stop. Okay, so why is it doing that for my player? Everything else is fine, but the stopwatch... My squad... Oh... Oh... It's failing to assign it to me on the Victor. Player squad. Wait a minute. Get object select Victor. Get object at index 1. squad commander. It should be, and it should assign it on squad spawned with squad label. Does this only trigger once? That could be the problem. But no, because it's doing it for the other players. What the hell? It's working fine. The same exact thing is working for the other players. Whiskey in uniform, and they're respawning just fine. But for some reason, like the bot players. But for me, it's not assigning the squad. So whenever over here it tests if the squad is 0. No. No, it's counting it. Yeah, it's counting it as 0, so it's never replacing the player's active squad. So this section, it's not replacing it. So the squad is always 0 because it's been dead the whole time, right? It dies and then it stays dead and never gets replaced in my value. Why? That's so weird. That is extremely weird. What the heck? Okay, here's an idea. I can do it a little different. With AI, events AI, I can say on AI unit killed. I think that's it, not squad. Yeah. Is it on AI unit killed? Death context, killing unit. No, that's... I want to say when the entire squad is dead. On squad remaining percent. There we go. On squad remaining percent is 0. Then what I can do is killing unit in squad. Okay. I can grab the squad's commander and I can put a toggle. That's what I'll do. What I can do is I'm going to say for each of the players, instead of checking their squad count, I can say if their toggle for respawn is yes, then respawn them, right? And then over here on squad remaining percent reaching 0, I will boom make it 0. Status report. Oh, we got units spawning. We got them moving across the map. We got them fighting each other. We then are now proceeding to try to make it to where you don't just have the 3 AI unit squad per player. You know, it's a 3v3 map. Each one of them is going to have 3 AI units in a squad, and then in addition to that, we're supposed to have 1 Spartan bot that is part of your squad underneath you. I'm trying to add the Spartan bot, but for some reason it's only spawning 2 of them on Eagle team and 1 of them on Cobra team. And I don't know why yet, but more importantly than that, it's also, for some reason, over-spawning my squad, specifically. So, I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm trying to fix that as well right this second, and I think I know how to do that. That's what I'm doing that's what I'm doing right now. But other than that, we've got a bunch of stuff working and going well. It's just, it's very complicated like a very complicated version of what everyone else is doing for, like, Firefight with the really simple Firefight tools, because the Firefight tools will not work for this, so I have to manually script when they spawn and how they spawn, so that I can also pull variables and, like, apply them to variables and stuff like that, so I can use them later, so whenever you level up your character, it levels up your squad, it levels them up along the path of your class and stuff like that. So anyway, the point is, yeah, it's going, but it's a thing. So let's see. Declare object list. Right, what was I going to do? I was going to create a declare a variable. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to declare a Boolean variable, right? The identifier is going to be can spawn squad. There we go. And it's going to be a object variable. Its initial value variable will be true. Which is actually interesting because I might be able to change up how I do things again, differently. Actually, I'm going to make its initial one be false, so that I don't have to change it. I can keep it how it is but also do this instead of the other way of them doing it. So when the percent of your squad is remaining is 0, then we are going to get we're going to set that boolean. So add node, set boolean variable, right? And we're going to grab this one, and we're going to set it for the squad's commander, which is something we assigned elsewhere so that we could do this kind of thing. That's what I was talking about when I said I had to assign a bunch of variables to make it work. So there we go. The squad. So we're going to set the boolean variable to value to true, right? And none of this other stuff matters for this particular thing, I don't think. Although we might be able to store a killing unit, like the last unit alive, or maybe store the squad, something, death context maybe, and then we could do something in there. But anyway, so can spawn squad, we're going to set that to true, but it needs to be for the player. So we need to get, right, I remember now. For a second I was like confused. Get object variable. We need to, the squad will be the object. Whoop, not the squad. Yeah, the squad. Squad will be the object. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, don't I have something stored in the squad? No, I have the squad commander. Oh, dang it, again. Oh, I hate this. Never mind. I can't do this. I probably thought of this at one point and then realized I couldn't do this a long time ago. That's why I didn't do it. But I just realized that what I'm doing here is I can't, on squad remaining percent doesn't pass the squad's spawner. So the events AI on squad arrived, on squad with squad label, all of these, none of these on squad spawned with squad label is the only one that you could then connect back to the actual squad spawner, right? Because the squad spawner also has the same label. So if you make every single one of your spawners have a specific label, you can track it back to it. So unfortunately, this one does not pass the squad spawner object from here. So I can't grab that where it stores the commander of this squad. And you cannot store a squad commander, a variable, inside of a squad. You can only, I think you might be able to store it inside of a unit. Yeah. A killing unit is a single object, right? So in each unit in the squad, I could store the commander. And I guess whenever the squad, on squad spawned with squad label, I could, over here, set the commander into each member of the squad. That might work. It's gonna eat up a lot more, you know, scripting because of all this. It's gonna have to add to that. Set object variable. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, though. Let's see. If I set this object variable and I say, alright, can I get, is there a for each AI in squad? Not events. Wait, AI, there we go. Get trigger AI spawner, kill all squads, kill squad, combine squad overrides, ally squad, assign AI unit to spawn squad. Get is AI unit of species. Okay, so I was looking for what was I looking for? For each member, for each AI, for each AI in squad, which is probably not likely to exist. Let me go down to logic. For each player, for each object. Okay, what if I go, will this work? Nah. Get squad units. Get units in squad, maybe? AI. Get all units from squad. There we go. Feed that squad into there, and then I've got AI units. And then I can say for each object in logic. And I think for each bot, for each object, for each player. I don't think they have a for each AI. I think they have for each generic objects. AI units count as objects. Good. For each object. Okay. And then I could set that variable. And I could do that for all of these. Getting expensive. Not about price and number of them, but just the fact that that's one more brain. If I end up overloading this brain. Like I keep saying. Let's see. Okay, for each object. Please actually draw my lines like I'm trying to. Okay, execute per object. Set object variable. Okay, the current object is the value. And the get object variable identifier squad commander. Yeah, the squad commander is the object. So each of these individual... I may not even need this active squad variable anymore if that's the case. Because I have the spawner, the squad spawner, and every single time a squad spawns from it, I'm now assigning the commander to each individual AI unit in that squad. So that's, I think, slightly cleaner, I think. More it might be better to do it that way than to try and assign the entire squad. Which would mean that the killing unit, get object variable from the killing unit does work. Nope, that's not the one I'm trying to do. Personal Spartan bot, that is not what it's supposed to say. Squad commander. Squad commander, right? Scope object, good. So squad commander will be there's a variable there, and then we put the squad commander here. I wonder if I can actually, at this point, when this happens, now I won't be able to pass a squad and the squad commander variable and all this stuff and into there. So I could get objects by label and plug that into something. And the squad... Can I... What I'm trying to see, by the way, is... let me explain. I'm trying to see if I can... If I can put a... Oh gosh. If I can get a global async node in here so I can just do this once and then just have this part feed into there. I would need this to be assigned with this, so I can't put either of them into here. So I'd have to do like that. Can this squad go in as an object? I don't think so. Nope. And I don't think it can go as a number. So I guess I can't do that. Unless I grab this and this squad and I rip the units out and I sign them all into one list and then I feed them through and then I grab index 1 for this thing and I grab the rest of the index for the other squad units. And that might actually make it fewer nodes, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So this one, this one, this one. Control C, control... Let's see, we'll paste that. And the purpose of this is mostly to test, so I just need to get it... working on here with this one. So we're going to put this down here and that there. And this one, because this is the one that's assigning to me for my squads. So squad there and object. There we go. So this should, that one was fine to set it up with, but it was uniform. I'm Victor. Whenever it assigns me one, it's always Victor currently, so that's what we're looking for. Yeah, okay, well anyway. And then so anyway, when the killing unit, when the unit on squad remaining percent is 0, the killing unit, that's the one that is killed in the process of turning it to 0. So the last unit that dies is called the killing unit here, which sounds confusing to me. It sounds like that's the unit that is killing them, but in reality that is the final unit in the squad. The one that when it is killed is whenever it hits this percentage remaining. So killing unit is going to be, we're going to grab the killing unit's squad commander, and we're going to set the, and we're going to make that an object. That object is going to be here, and we're going to say there, that squad commander can now spawn a new squad. That is what all of this was for, so that whenever, yeah, it's, and then that squad commander is the only one that can now, oh, we need to do this as a object level. That squad commander of that squad, of that last unit in that squad, can now spawn a new squad. Okay, so now we're going to get the get Boolean variable down here. And we need to set that down here for this part. For each variable, we're just going to do that. Add node. Let's see. Variables, advanced, get Boolean variable. We're going to place the name in there. I forgot to drag it again. Let's see. Scope is going to be object, and the object is going to be get squad variable, player's active squad object. Yeah, so this is the player that we're going to be passing into here. If this value is true, then we can go on from there. Now the other players are not going to be able to respawn their squad because they don't have that variable being set. It's not going to toggle their variable because they don't. It's only going to be me and whoever this is. So one of my other allies. So I can wipe out those two squads as a test, but I can't just wipe out any squad to test it. But this should work. Except I didn't. I failed. Set Boolean variable node missing required property and failed to build. Okay, what is the set Boolean variable? Scope needs to be nope, not global. Scope needs to be object. That is what it was. Nope, that's not what I meant to press. There we go, now it built. Oh no, don't spawn me on the wrong side of the map. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it does that. I have no idea why it does that. Okay, so there's my squad there in the middle. Let's kill all of them. And now he should respawn. They should respawn on the timer. Okay, I might have missed one of them because I blew up the wrong one. I have to kill all of these guys to be sure that they didn't kill the wrong squad members. Yeah? No? Did it work? Oh boy. I seem to have completely broken it. Okay. What is it doing then? Okay. The squad is spawned with a label, right? I'm getting the squad commander out of this index. I'm applying it into, for each of these squad members, I am setting their squad commander variable to be equal to their squad spawner. Their spawner is holding me as a variable, as a squad commander. And I'm passing that into this. So it should be stored in each of these units. Maybe they don't count as units? I mean, as, so it's for each object, but maybe maybe AI units don't count as objects? And I could theoretically do the lists have for each generic item. So I could clear that and clear that. And plug them into here. Whoop, why did it happen? And then clear that and clear that. And do execute per item and current item. What is it? Oh, value. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Right. If they aren't of object, then I can't set an object variable to hold them. Is there a, set generic item variable? Interesting. I could theoretically do that. Let's see. Is there a set squad variable, squad definition variable, user label, UI message, team? Oh, I was trying to see if there's a unit variable, but I don't see it. I'm gonna go to those not logic lists. I'm gonna say set generic item variable instead of set object variable, and we're going to declare one, I guess. Do I have to declare generic item variable? Yeah, we're gonna do that and see if this works, because if this does work, that would definitely be crazy. Value clear. We're gonna do this object there, and scope would be not global. Scope would be object, and the squad commander will be the variable name for that as well. Can you have two different types of variables named the same thing? Like an object variable and a list variable both named the same thing? I think you can. Let's see, scope would be object, initial value would be empty. Okay, let's see if that works. Now we need to but we need to get our generic as well. Get generic item variable. There it is. Yes. Let's see if this works. Scope will be object, and we can just delete that. Value will be wait, was that? Yeah. The value has to be projected as an object. Killing unit will be our object. The add node will be... I am so dumb. No, really? This is what it was. Look, my current object was the value. I'm so dumb. Okay, we don't need to do any generic item list. I plugged these in wrong. Why is that for each object? No, that's correct. Yeah. Okay. We need to... Oh, I hope I didn't just break something by undoing too far. Nope. Looks good. Okay. So, this is why I was being dumb. The current object is the object I want to store it in. The player is the value. I put them backwards. So the value, so they didn't have it set up correct. That was so dumb. I want to store it in the unit, not store the unit in the player. Okay, so now we can get back into this and blow up my own men. And they should respawn? Yep, there they are. And there's only... Oh no, they're still respawning. They're respawning constantly. Why are they respawning every 3 seconds? At least they're only respawning once every 3 seconds now. I don't understand why they do that. Why they are doing that, though. Specifically just mine. If I kill more of them, will that actually increase? Let's see. Thank God for undo. I know, right? That saved me a lot of trouble having to rebuild it. Alright, kill my own squad. Now, what happens? Alright, there they are. Let's kill them again and see if it'll spawn more of them. Or if it's just gonna do one at a time still. Okay, it's still just one at a time, even whenever I do it. So at least we got to just be one at a time, but I don't understand why it thinks that they're still alive. Like, it's only supposed to do this... Okay. Do I have another place on this entire thing that's spawning my squad? Separately? Like, do you think that I've got another spawn my squad thing? That's going... differently? Because, like, for each object, including me, right, in the players list, it is supposed to be going through this. But the branch is supposed to block if this is on false. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I didn't set it back to false, did I? I set it to true here whenever they died, and they spawn whenever, but I didn't set it back to false. So silly. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure that's the problem. Get Boolean, set object list variable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So if I had killed another squad, I would have found that exact same problem. I just was focusing so much on my squad that I didn't catch it. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Welcome back. Let's see. I need to go advance. Okay, set Boolean variable identifier Control V. Where is my box? There it is. So right after I spawn, trigger the spawner, I need to, let's see, I need to, on the timer it's eventually going to trigger to spawn them. I can block player respawns and trigger this to off. Value is false, scope is object, and the object is the player, and it's right here. Gonna go watch Gen VB here in a second. Gen V? Who's Gen V? I don't even know who that is. Or what that is. I don't believe I've ever even heard that before. Okay, so now if I kill my squad, it should, in theory, actually work. Alright, my squad split up. It's that guy. I think that should respawn my squad. Yeah, my squad just respawned. And it's just... Oh no! It was so promising for half a second, I thought it was actually working. Why? I clearly have a gate here telling you not to do it! Ah. You're only supposed to trigger this if it's true. Oh my god. Like, it's supposed to trigger once here, at the very beginning of the game, right? Just setting it up. And then this thing is keeping it from respawning them over and over and over again from the start of the game. This thing is going, this is false. Cool. Don't spawn them. It only spawns them once. Check spawner properties? Yeah, I guess I could try that. Maybe this one spawner is set up incorrectly. But it's supposed to be set to only spawn on a trigger. Let's see. Triggered by script on. Yeah, so it should only spawn by the script. Face forwards is on. Initial spawn delay is 0. So it should only be spawning by the trigger, and the trigger is saying, this is the only trigger AI spawner right here, right? And it's grabbing my spawner from this. It's passing me through as the object, grabbing my spawner, which is stored in this variable, as the AI spawner, and then triggering it, right? And then, whenever it gets over to here, let me kill another spawn. Missed comment. Oh, what'd you say? The Boys spin-off on Amazon. Oh! That's a good one. Let me try and kill the other squads and see what happens. Did that just respawn on my spawner? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is confusing. All three of them spawn in. No one is... It's not spawning in any additional ones, right? Yeah, it's not spawning an endless number of them now. But if I kill these guys, it will begin to respawn. And then it'll be endless? Is that what's gonna happen? Wait, surely I killed an entire squad. Those two guys must be from two different squads. And then now it's endless, and it's spawning at my spot, but it's not respawning that one. What the hell? Superhero College. Oh, nice. Hey, run. What in the world? So it's for each object in the list. It is trying to spawn. So are like all of them currently storing that same squad, or like base squad spawn? Index, player. Like what happened to my thing? I didn't change anything up here. What the hell? Ah, okay, I'll be back. All right, sounds good. Jesus Christ. What is going wrong here? Spawn squad for player, and the object is the player, right? Yes, and I'm passing that through, and I'm only triggering it if this is true. But then I'm setting it to false. What in the world? Maybe it has to do with this. I have this in here. I don't remember exactly why I put it in here. It definitely was working well at one point. So maybe this has something to do with it. In fact, maybe I'll just switch this back to true and see what happens. There they all are. Is it going to spawn them again, or is it good? Okay. Nope, it's still spawning them in. I don't get it. This doesn't make any sense. This should, like... Okay, when this is happening, for each player, I'm going through each of the players, I'm checking to see if their can spawn squad is true. And if it's true, I'm triggering this to spawn the squad. This doesn't have any way of, like, triggering itself. Is there literally... Okay, spawn squad for player. I need to check every single one of my triggers to see if I'm accidentally spawning that, like, triggering that somewhere. Spawn squad for player. This is supposed to happen here once. Right? That's the very beginning whenever I very first spawn everything in. But that only happens once. And then it's over. For each of the players, it does that once. What is... Okay, I'm checking my other script brain. Do I somehow have it in here? No? Nope. No, 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 no. This is the only place it could be. And there isn't one of them in here. It just comes from here. Why is it triggering it over and over again? Could it be this? Those issues won't stop it from building, fortunately. They just went, did it. Nope, it is not that. It is so weird because, like, the weirdest thing about it is that, like, it doesn't even spawn the other people in the right spot anymore. It used to do that. Okay, here's an idea. I'm gonna check to see if there's a bug. I'm gonna leave the map and come back in, and if it's suddenly fixed, then that means that some node at some point, whenever I changed it, didn't change. And I'm gonna look at all the nodes again to see if any of them are named correctly or named incorrectly. And I'm gonna see if maybe me changing the name of one of the nodes failed to actually change the name of one of the nodes at one point. And maybe it is causing a problem. For example, I copied and pasted nodes at one point. I might have accidentally copied and pasted and caused a bug to occur in the process. And maybe that's one of the problems. Maybe that's what's causing all these issues. For example, if I had somehow exceeded the script brain's maximum limit or something like that, and it somehow caused that node to still exist somewhere but not visibly, and maybe it's the entire section of script, so it has that node and it has a triggering event at the same time. Maybe, let's see, create Spartan bot for player. It spawns squad for player. That is the one we are looking for to see if it shows up anywhere. And we've got it only in the 2 places we know it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm only seeing it in the 2 places it's supposed to be. Okay. All right. What if I... What if I take this and I duplicate... Well, before I do that, let me just test it to see, because if I'm cooking hella hard, I haven't tried to make anything as ambitious as you have, though there is so much to go wrong. I know, there really is. It's pretty insane. Okay, those guys are dead. They respawn. Are they going to respawn again and again and again? Yeah, they are still. They're still going to do it. Still not sure what's going on. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this then. Wait, squad commit? Oh, wait. Are you kidding me? That is the stupidest thing. Every single time, it's always the stupidest thing. Like, one node is pointing in the wrong direction. Or one freaking little, like, I copied and pasted the wrong name of a variable in this case. Okay, they'll respawn, and then let's see if they respawn more than once. Just one time. Yes! Jesus Christ, that took forever. Now, is this one going to respawn in my spot? It is. It's respawning in the wrong spot, which means it might also be assigned to me. Let's see if that one's going to respawn now. Well, I can't really tell if it's respawning as it's assigned to me or not. So that's grabbing the wrong node now. It's not assigning it to the correct one. But that might be because it's not waiting long enough for my other guys to exist. So what's happening is, whenever it grabs from this list up here, and then sends it through these to assign the spawners, right, the unit spawners, it's taking too long, or it's happening too fast, too early, and my bots haven't spawned in yet, I think. So we're gonna go to 5 here and see if that makes it spawn onto the correct spawners. I think that might be what happened, but we'll see. So the fact that they spawned onto the wrong spot was separate from the fact that they were... Okay, so those respawn in the correct spot, obviously, duh. I should have known that. What's gonna happen? Nope, those spawn on over in... Why? Because, like, I had this working yesterday, and, like, the beginning of today, they were spawning on the correct spots. So now I gotta figure out what's going on there. But we figured that out, at least. It's not spawning forever. It's not just continuously over-spawning your troops. Okay, that's good. Now, squad commander, or the base squads. This is where it's getting messed up here. And you know what it probably is? So what I did originally... Yeah, current player... It's creating this list and then sending it through each time. And I think, yeah, okay, so I had done it a little differently at one point. Let me go ahead and delete this and then change the way I do this back to the way I had it before. So what I had done before was, and I might even still have those variables. Eagle spawner incrementer. No. Where was it? Get number variable. Yeah, okay, so I had created a list variable for this one and assigned this to it, and then done it again for this one as well, right? These two different lists. And then I grabbed them over here. And I think that might have been, I think I undid that thinking that it was not necessary anymore, and I probably broke it at that point. And then whenever I did that, I was also probably doing something else, and I ended up thinking that it was the result of the other thing. So let me see if that's all it is. We're just gonna, this is gonna take forever if I don't do it right, if I don't do it easy. So I'm gonna go ahead, object list variable. I'm just gonna name it A, and I'll rename it if it works. Declare object list variable scope global initial objects. Actually, oh, I don't need to do the whole thing where I like declared them. Oh man, I'm so dumb. Why did I do it that way the other time? I just have to plug that into initial objects. Look at that. Okay, and then duplicate. Last time I set them here. I declared them up here and set them here and did all that kind of stuff. And now I'm realizing, oh wait, I can just plug them straight in as the initial values. And this one is going to be B. Confirm. And then we're just going to get A and B, which is going to actually be weirdly reversed. Okay, get object list variable scope will be global, identification will be A, and it will be right here. So now the list won't like remake itself. So potentially what was going wrong was that it was remaking itself each time, so it was rearranging itself, which means when it assigned, whenever it went in and assigned one of the, whenever it went in and grabbed all of the, it grabbed these objects, you see these objects are right here, the list is right here, and then I grabbed the index, which was based on the iteration, and then I proceeded to assign that as the value to a variable, right? But if it was randomly generating the list, or somehow regenerating the list each time, then it might have been scrambling it and making it not work properly. So let's go ahead and see if once, now that it's only going to generate the list once and then assign it in that order so that the index doesn't change. The indexing doesn't change. Interesting. Very interesting. It just isn't spawning. It spawned the red teams? Bots? Oh, it spawned all of them. Okay, something I did was wrong. Oh, did I not change? I'm dumb. This is supposed to be B. That was an obvious one. Alright. By making the name so simple, I ended up making it to where I forgot to switch it. Alright, so now we've got these. Let's go kill these guys and see if they spawn in the middle or on their side. They still are spawning in the middle. So I don't know what's making it to where they're not correctly picking a new spawn location, and that's disturbing because the spawn location is your level's assigned value. It also means that it appears, did I miss a grunt or something? Shouldn't it be spawning both of them back in? Okay, where did the last grunt go? There he is, I think. No, wait. One of them got past me. I'm not sure where he is, but he... I think that somehow... Ugh. Somehow it got confused. Let me double check that. So I don't miss any. That's 3. That's 3. Interesting, so...
Did you just kill one of our guys?
One of these things is going... Something is going wrong where I'm actually losing a squad entirely. Base squad spawn... Like, for some reason, now I'm losing a squad. If I kill 2 squads at like the exact same time, one of them is not always respawning. And I think that has to do... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a wait in here or something. No, because squads can spawn at the same time. You can spawn multiple squads at the same time, can't you? Like, they can all spawn in at once, unlike bots, which, like, do that thing where you have to, like, stagger them. Huh. Oh, I can probably switch this back to 3. Let's fix that. Now we've got these. Because at least they are... No, they're not, actually. Wait. So how is it that... Why is it not... It's more debugging. Let's see. So everything is working great, except that whenever I'm assigning these... Oh, that's why I'm losing one. Oh, I'm so dumb. Of course I'm losing one. I didn't set that one up to work the same way. Seriously. Okay. Okay, well, the new way definitely works better than the old way, so that's what we're gonna do. So I can officially stop setting the player's active squad as a variable, as a squad variable in the player. Well, actually, no, I do need that because I need to be able to get, yeah, because I need to be able to grab them for commands later. So I do need to keep that. So like whenever. One of the things that happens, I'm planning on doing, is the ability to give a command to your squad, right? Well, if, yeah, basically I have to do that, yeah. Pretty sure. Okay, so put this down here. Have to keep that how it is. There, and then this object goes to the value. And then this all moves down a bit. And to clean it all up. Okay, there we go. These two. Well, maybe not this one. Or something. Anyway, so this should make it to where I don't lose my squad. Jeez. Because I did that only halfway because I was running out of nodes last time, I ended up... Oh, get AI units from squad. What is that? That we got. Get... Ah, I see. Squad needs to be plugged in there. Because I had failed to keep track of that change, and because I decided to do it only half-assed it, I ended up losing. Yeah, see that squad just respawned. These 2 squads will respawn now. Now another one's gonna respawn because I just killed him a little later, so he's gonna be on the next 3. Okay, cool. So we're not losing any squads at all. I need to go over and set that up for the other team because the other team is going to be losing squads for sure. But they're still all respawning at the wrong spawner, and that spawner is set to be the grunts, right? So here's the way that here's what we're gonna test. So we're gonna test this. You can't kill me, I'm too small, I'm givey-uppy. Let's see, okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in an elite warlord, and a brute warrior, And that'll be it. That's more than enough. Okay, and then we're gonna kill everything on the battlefield. And it will be... Oh, they can get in tanks. Oh, dear lord, that is not gonna help me. But yeah, no, that's what I really wanted to see. I can blow up this squad, and they're spawning back as that middle squad section. So it is, in fact, grabbing the wrong value. Okay, so now I need to go back into the script and figure out what's going on. What about squad death context? See, killing unit. Is there a new universal? Not that. Add node. Okay. Traits, players, units. Where is the new lists? Okay. Add item to generic list. Combine generic lists for each generic item. Generic list. I need to see. Can I declare generic item variable? See, what I want to do is I want to see if I can grab... I want this user label, right? I want to see if I can get the user label either out of the squad, which is by label as well, uniform, right? Or out of the, you know what I mean? Or out of something else. So, like, if I could get that somehow, then I might be able to pull it out of this. Like, I could store it, and then pull it out and, say, spawn it at the spawner labeled uniform or something, right? Maybe I could do that. I have no idea. But, maybe... Okay. Squad commander... Oh, the players... Oh, okay, hold on. Can spawn squad. This is what doesn't make any sense. I'm triggering this for the player, right? Spawn squad for player. And the player is one of the player... Is you know, for each player, I'm checking that variable. So the only reason they're respawning is because it's pulling the correct player, right? Every player has one version of the squad... of the can spawn squad Boolean variable. So this will not trigger more than once here because it eventually turns itself off. So that would mean... Okay, you know what that means? That means I need to kill all the squads faster than it'll respawn, which means I need to change how quickly it respawns. Okay, so I need to say the stopwatch, when the stopwatch reaches 10, that'll give me enough time to wipe everything out. And then I need to go over here, and I need to set this back to grunts. It would be a grunt conscript yellow, and a grunt conscript yellow. And then I will hop in here, blow these guys up, blow these guys up, and oh, only one spawn at a time. Ah. Okay. Alright. What that means is it is only paying attention to that Boolean variable once. Just a minute. What that means is only paying attention to that Boolean variable once, which means it's only paying attention to my copy of that Boolean variable, which means it's only triggering for me, which means this for each object in this list thing is not grabbing the other players. But I did test this already, and it is actually working. The list is 6 players large, which leaves only one possibility, is that it's only setting the base squad spawn for me. Set player unit spawns. Get player team. Compare teams. Get all players. It should be get all players for each player. Get the player's team. set the object list variable, slowly add them into this list, which it's working. Current player. So then that doesn't make any sense then. Because I know it's filling this up with 6 players. Because I've tracked that. And it said 6. I can check it again just to make sure that I haven't bugged it somewhere. Just a moment. Let's see. I know, buddy. Okay, let's see. I need to just get this. Get object list variable. I need to see how many objects are in the list. Let's see. Variables. Is it advanced? Do I need to? Is that where I can get the objects in the list? Get. Where is that? Variables, literals? No. Let's see. Units, UI, traits, players, objects, transform objects. Lists. Get. Items. I had it earlier. I did this earlier today. Add item to generic list. Combine generic list for each generic list. Get generic list size. That's it. So I put this list in here. Item count, right? And then I add a node, and I say debug, right? And then I say print number to kill feed. Get the item. Nope. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Is that it? Yes, there it is. I did it again. Here we go. Number, and then we'll just do on completion. We'll do that because it's just gonna, yeah. So then we will quick save. Let's debug it. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's still set to 10? Oh, it's still set to 10, isn't it? Debug 9? That's not good. It's supposed to be 6. Did it add all these other bots to that? What the hell? Now I'm confused. What the heck happened? My players list only adds players right here at the very beginning of the game. It waits 3 seconds to do it. It does not. This one triggers afterward. So those other bots shouldn't exist when it fills this list. It gets that list at one point, but it shouldn't be adding them in. What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. And this obviously didn't solve it either. Ah! Brain dead. I don't understand. I do not understand what's going wrong here. It's got to be a node just doesn't have the right pin to it or something, right? That could actually be it somewhere, maybe. Get object variable, base squad spawn, object, and apply it to the AI spawner, right? That's the AI spawner that we are trying to spawn. And it gets it from the object. Now, current... can spawn squad. You know, realistically, this should be probably here after the fact, because that resets the stopwatch to make it count again, which means the stopwatch will not be counting while it's spawning the units, which would make more sense, I think. But it also doesn't need to be 10 anymore. Let's switch it back to 3. But actually not 3, wait a minute. 3 is too fast. No, it's not, because the value is already set to default to no. Okay. So... Eagle spawn incrementer. I'm also pretty sure I'm doing this incrementation thing in a way that is not efficient. Let's see. Waiting for the 1 second is what makes it to where it increments after it's triggered it. Let's wait that. Let's do a full second. Let's see what happens there. Maybe it's not setting it correctly and it's incrementing, and so it's just going too fast. We'll see. And as long as I don't kill them, then it won't matter that it's taking a little bit of time. Debug 4. Debug 6. Joined. Debug 9. Why is it adding those to that list? Why? Where in the world in this script is it saying to add those to that list? Just a second. I'll be right back. What's up? You need help with the switch? What do you need help with? What? With your good box? What? You want to play what? Mario? Super Mario? You want to pick it? You can't. Are you looking for Super Mario 3D World? Oh, you want to do your profile? What game? Which game do you want to play on your profile? Yeah, I can switch to your profile. Yeah, which one? Which game? You pick your profile after you pick your game. This one? No, this one? Okay. You need the game club. Yeah, you don't have the game club. Alrighty. I am just about back. Put this down. Okay, here we go. You want to know how to make invincible AI? I don't know. I think you'd have to make it constantly heal them. I'm sorry that took so long. I am in the process of trying. I am still just dumbfounded by this, and I'm still not sure what's going on. Okay. I'm grabbing the object at the index, right? And I'm applying it as the value. So maybe the index isn't actually properly incrementing. Clear that connection? Yeah, it's the number I'm passing through. And I'm doing that here, right? That's what this value is here. So, what's Oh. Oh, I'm dumb. No, this is a problem, not the solution. I think this is the problem. Okay, so if it's not incrementing, Okay. I think I know what's happening. This needs to be incrementing down here. But it can't be incrementing both of them. Oh my god, what am I doing here? How am I supposed to solve this? Maybe if I put the weight after the increment? So what happens is, if this weight is blocking it from applying the correct value, because what's happening is it's triggering them all before it increments, which means it's always grabbing the same object, which means it's not actually giving a new object for the new player. I wanted to pull current iteration, but if I pull current iteration, then it would do the same for both of them, and so by the time you get to the iteration... So what I could theoretically do is for each player on a team do it, and then for each player on another team do it, like trigger 2 different events that are for the 2 different teams, instead of splitting it like this. Oh, it's okay. I know. Okay, so... will this work? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Maybe this will work, or maybe I need to do more. It's okay. Aww. Will these guys spawn at their correct spot? No, but also these guys might not spawn at their correct spots. Let's see. They're still all at that spot. Okay. This has got to be it. This has got to be the problem. I know. Come here. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. I know. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. So, here we go. And we're going to... let's see. And I just realized that I had this very different before, and I think I might have wrecked it whenever I tried to turn it into this one. Like, I had it splitting and then going to 2 different team ones, and I think I unified them. I might have broken this at some point. So what I'm trying to say is that I need to grab... What still doesn't make any sense, though, is why this is working... is why this is still doing... Oh, the 1 second. Oh my god. This is also a problem here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is the reason why I'm ending up with 9. Hold on. There's 6. No, debug 9. Never mind. They're in, and then it's debug 9. Why is it doing that? I really don't get that. Is it... at what point is it adding them to this list? Like, they are getting spawned in after the list has been generated. That's the whole point of this. Why is it doing this? Debug, logic, wait for in seconds. Maybe I need to clear this, put a wait for in seconds between there, and thoroughly separate it. But, like... well, basically, it's like... why in the world... here, we'll do another 3 seconds here before it actually even tries to spawn in your Spartan bots that are just sort of going to be your part of your squad. Why does it do this sometimes? I still don't know the answer to that. Like, none of these are set to Eagle anymore, or at least they weren't last time I checked. And for some reason it'll spawn me over here sometimes, and I have no idea what the reason is. Oh, yeah. Here you go. And let's see. Cobra, 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 Cobra. I guess this spawn volume is not saying, is not set to affects opposing team and despawn and disable spawn. It was just a weighted thing. So I guess maybe somehow it was actually doing that, but I don't know. Let's see. Off, or put, yeah. Whoops. Goodbye, assault rifle. Okay. So let's see if it counts up to 9 again. Debug 6, debug 6. Debug 9. Debug 9. Why? At what point in any of this scripting does it say to add them to my players? Set object list variable players. Here it is grabbing for each player, get all players, one time on round start. It is doing this, right? And then it is assembling this. Execute per player, assembling that, branch, trigger that, and there's no wait anymore. So it shouldn't wait and then trigger again, right? The wait I was figuring was causing it to wait a solid second and then do it again, then wait a solid second until eventually those other bots had spawned in, right? I'm getting this object list variable right here, and for each of them, I am triggering the create Spartan bot for player. In this, unavailable bots, unavailable bots, unavailable bots. I am not in any way setting them to the players list. I'm just setting them to the unavailable bots list. Get objects and then set object list variable unavailable bots. So where in the world is it setting the players? Like this is also getting it and getting it. It's not setting it. So where else in this whole thing is it setting my players list? I just don't understand. And I created this. Maybe I need to rename it. Maybe players is some kind of like background global variable that they actually use already. I'm gonna put players 3v3. And if I'm like, oh, I didn't hit enter. If maybe I've somehow tapped into some behind the scenes variable, is literally the only thing I can think of that could possibly cause it. Players 3v3. And then over here, I'm drawing the players 3v3. So I need to rename it there. Unavailable bots. Set object variables list unavailable bots. Players, there we go. Players 3v3. Can spawn squad. There we go. I just don't understand sometimes. Debug 6, debug 6. Spawn to them in, debug 9. Why? Why? You're just printing this. This variable should not have 9 people in it. When do I add those dudes to the list? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my god. Oh man. This is on round start. It waits for 3 seconds. It then does for each player, sets these, and then after all of that is done, it waits another 3 seconds and organizes Spartan bot spawning. Organizes Spartan bot spawning, sets the unavailable bots identifier, object list, equal to this one. Forg. Yeah. Quatsi, please help me. Help me. I don't understand. On round start, create stopwatch, not necessary for this explanation. Wait for 3 seconds for each player, right? All players, right? And the reason I'm waiting 3 seconds is because I'm adding enough bots to make it 3v3. And then I am grabbing all of those for each player, and I'm adding them to this player's 3v3 variable. And then after all of this is said and done, it's coming over here, and it's triggering organized Spartan bot spawning. That spawns in more Spartan bots. It gets the 3v3 variable, and it sets this unavailable bots variable equal to it, so that it won't respawn. It won't spawn. So that it can add them to the list and do some variable stuff. Okay, that's not super important why it's doing that, but I just don't understand where in all of this it is spawning. Look, watch this. This is the confusing part. That means it should be 6. Just 6 bots, right? It says debug 6, right? And then it spawns in those extra bots, and now it's saying debug 9. And I have no idea where in this entire script. There's nowhere in this entire script it should be adding to the list again. Why does it adding to the list? Where is it adding to the list? I don't get it. I don't have anywhere in here that references it except for here, right? This is setting up the list to begin with. That's what it said 6. Debug 6. And then down here, I get it, but I don't set it anywhere. And I call this one, and I get some other ones, but I don't set it. And then I get it here, but I don't set it. And again over here, it calls this, and this one never sets it. So nothing else sets it either. Nowhere in this entire script brain does it set it. And then I've got 2 other script brains. This one doesn't do literally anything because it's just a bunch of identifiers for an outline of something we're doing later. And this one doesn't mention it anywhere. There might be some variable mutation. Try iterating and adding individual elements rather than that copy. Wait. There might be some variable mutation. Try iterating and adding individual elements rather than that copy. Okay. So anywhere I have like set object list variable, like here, are you saying... No, wait. Yeah, are you saying that I should replace all of these with a manually rebuilt one? So that I know for a fact it's not a broken copy of like the other set object list variable? Yes, okay. Alright, I'll do that. And I will copy the name from here, unavailable bots, so that I don't... Because this would probably be the one that that's broken if that's the case. Add node. I've been ripping my freaking hair out over this. Set object list variable. Variables advanced. Set object list variable. So if this ends up being it, that's going to be one of the problems of all time, you know? The weird thing is, like, even this is just making it equal to itself if that's the case. It's taking it... If this one was broken and just referring to this one again by accident... Let's see, scope. I believe that's a global. Then all it's doing is setting it to itself. So that one doesn't make any sense for... So set object list variable, maybe this one. This one's object variable, not a list. Get object list variable. Okay, so maybe it's this one. This is the other one that it could be. And this one would make sense for being the one that would cause the problem. Let's see. Scope is global. Value. And start it. Did I have another one? Boolean variable, no. Get, no. Set object, no set list. Set boolean. So this is the other set object list variable, and that one is referring to it. That one's supposed to. So that should be all of them. Let's see if it fixed it. If that's the case, I am going to be mind blown. So debug 6, spawn in the extra bots, and debug 9. Nope. Is it somehow still running this? I mean, it just spawns them after the fact. Those other ones can't even spawn in. This is what calls for it to start spawning in the other 3 that are added on top of the 6. And then whenever I'm printing this generic list size of the player. Maybe somehow... I don't even know. Is this one broken? Is the one that's actually printing? Get object list variable. Maybe that's the one that's broken somehow? I don't know if y'all can hear my son. He is in the hallway crying because he wants to play with a game that he apparently has lost. They lost the game cartridge for one of our Switch games, which is a little alarming, but yeah, he's crying about it because he doesn't. I couldn't find it just now whenever I was looking through all of them. It's for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remaster. So 6, they join 9. Why? Is it this generic list size thing? Like, is this the problem? Is there a get object list size? Like, is there a way of getting just a regular object list size? Because, like, objects get list size. I'm gonna use that instead of this generic one. Maybe somehow the generic one is crossing over and adding some values together. Because I just saw that one while I was looking for the other one and just went ahead and grabbed it. But if it's the problem, then that's no good. So debug 6, they join, debug 9. Not the solution. Or not the issue. Oh my god. This is really baffling. Quatsi, if you have any help with this, that would be amazing. Any other help, I mean. What in the world? Let me see if this... If I just don't even trigger that, what happens? I know it's probably just not going to happen. Debug 6, debug 6, debug 6. And it's just going to keep doing debug 6 now. It's something in that. Something about adding these bots. Create Spartan buffer player. I just don't understand what's get player team. Object is in list. Get all bots on team. Object is in list. No, I don't get it. I don't. Alright, so here's one possibility. Here's one possibility that'd be really weird if it's the case. How many of these can I have selected? I guess 150 of them, and there's only 128 of them in a script brain. What if I copy all of these, paste them into a new script brain, delete this script brain, and then have the other one? And here's the reason why. I have pasted entire like node strings, like this whole section, for example, something like that, by accident a few times while making this brain. Is it possible that there is a node on this brain that is not showing up, that's like outside the edges of the box, and it is somehow still causing this to happen? I know that they're not on top of each other, because that would have gone red on one of these and made it and shifted it out of the way just now if I'd done that. But if it's somehow like in this brain but not visible, because maybe I grabbed these and copied them, like pasted them in or something, and in whatever that is, it is actually running a script in there, and then causing it to set that variable somehow. No, because I changed the name of the variable. And I changed the name of the variable on all of the script nodes that I can see, but not any others. So if there's another one that's invisible in here, it wouldn't have been changed. So that doesn't make any sense either. Are all object list variables global as the same list now? Hold on. Hold on. There's a bug right now. Right? That if you don't change things from their default value, then they can break. Maybe duplicating one of these needs to also be set off of its value. I already changed all these. They should be good. No, I've changed all of them now, haven't I? Jesus. No, because if it was, then if it was that all object list variables are somehow the same because of some weird bug, then these would also be the same. So these objects would also be included in the list, which doesn't make any sense either. Global, 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 yeah. I'm gonna set this to local, and then back to global. So this one to local, then back to global. See if any of that helped. Oh wait, is it still set up that it will actually say 6 again? Yeah, I don't think I changed. I don't think I reconnected here. Oh, I did? Okay, I reconnected there. Alright. Added them in, and 9 again. Nope, okay. Whenever I am scripting and hit a brick wall, I usually work on something else and come back to the same script thing later. And most of the time, it is usually something so blatantly obvious that I overlooked by thinking too hard. Well, I don't expect it to work the same for everybody, but that's what I do. Yeah, I agree. I might have to just do that. I mean, it's pretty kind of our bedtime, too, so I might just have to go to bed, and wake up in the morning after fresh, after fresh thinking. But we're gonna, real quick though, here's one other option. What if I oh, I don't even have to duplicate this. It's already in the same script node. I can just go like this. Object list. And then rather than grabbing this list at all over here, I'll sterilize it, right? I'll set the object list to the value of that other object list that's being passed through it. For each object in this list that's being passed to it, I'll do it. So now it's not even happening in the same script, in the same like line of code, in the same event. Oh my gosh. I don't understand why that happens sometimes. Or randomly spawns me on the opposite side of the map without any spawn point over there. Let's see, debug 6, debug 6. They joined debug 9. It's still doing it. Why? Debug 9, debug 9, debug 9. Like, I'm not even asking for a list of... Okay, so I was thinking there's a possibility that I accidentally tapped into a debug, an object list variable that's in the background, right? So if I somehow did that, declare object list variable, and that's why I changed it to players 3v3. If I make a new one that's called players 3v3 instead of players, which was the original name of it, right? And I make it global, and I delete this one. And then I do the same thing for unavailable bots. Just in case, somehow, unavailable bots... I'm even going to copy and paste that one, just because text shouldn't... copying and pasting the text shouldn't cause a problem. Scope, global. Okay. If this somehow untethers them in some way, like I might have duplicated this one and made that one. I thought I already fixed that, but we'll see. Whenever you suggested it before, Quatsi, thought I might have already done that, but let me just be sure. Okay, 6, 6, new bots join, and 9. Yep, nope. Oh man. Also, where are the bots? The bots just joined. They're all the way all out there. They're outside the map. Why? What the hell? Why are those inside of that rock? Something is seriously going wrong whenever I spawn these bots in. Yeah, those guys are inside of that rock object. Okay, they were spawning in here. They don't appear to be anymore. Yeah, they're all out there. What happened to my bots? Are these guys spawning in? Yeah, that looks like a regular bot. Yeah, they've got all of their Spartan bots. But my Spartan bots are spawning outside of the map for some reason? What did I do? Maybe this thing got broken? Affects opposing team on, disable spawn points on... Ah, it was set to Team Cobra. Okay, well that'll at least fix that. Yeah, the AR is far from perfect. There's more than a few quirky things. Yeah, I have found since Season 5 dropped. Yeah, we're gonna see... Okay, now they're at least spawning where they're supposed to be. The bots. And then it's gonna add more bots. They're gonna spawn in and start running off. But I still don't understand why it's counting 9 now. I literally never give it the directive to... I never direct it at all to add to that variable in any way except for here. This is the only time I ever tell it to add to it. And it's happening one time on round start after a 3-second wait. Let's set this to 1 and see if it stops happening. Maybe it's happening after some other thing is happening. Okay, debug 6, the others join. Debug 9. It doesn't make sense. It really, truly does not make sense. I know that, like, it helps to, like, step away and come back sometimes, but I honestly am baffled by this one to the point where I'm not sure that that's gonna help. Because I literally, it waits 3 seconds, and then it waits 2 seconds after the only time it is told to set the object variable in the entire script is done. On completion, it goes over and triggers this. It triggers a 3-second wait, and then it triggers this, and then it triggers a 2-second wait, and then it goes into, you know, for each object. You know, it's taking the object list and it's pushing it into there to assign as the value of this other list the value of that other list. But it's also being, because of the event node, it's being sterilized. It's not even touching the other variable anymore. Like it was that I was getting this variable and it was actually touching here in some way, but now it's not even touching. It's just, it's being sent through this as an object list that's inside of here. It's creating a new list for this thing. It doesn't make any sense. This is get, and this is set, but it's personal Spartan bot. That's a regular object, and then this is unavailable bots as a list object. Get all bots on team. Oh man, I do not understand. I really, really don't. You know what else though that I could do? I could actually pass. I can clear that node, get this list here, and then I can object list here, and object list here, and reduce my number of nodes. And then I can set this list off of this list, adding it. Not that that's going to do anything necessarily, unless the bug was a weird situation. Yeah, the AI is far from perfect. There's one of the few quirks out. Yeah. So that guy's dead. The bots joined. Debug 9. And this isn't even AI. This is bots. This is bots and lists. That's it. I'm just trying to set the bot. I'm trying to set up lists so I can track where the bots are, and assign them to variables associated with their players. And the unavailable bots list is just to tell them, but then like I'm relying on this other variable being remaining set at 6. Like this should only track the player and any the players and the bots that I spawn at the very beginning to to replace players, right? And anyway, it still doesn't change anything about this stuff. Why is it not getting me the right base? Squad base spawn. This is all like confusing the whole situation off of this. Get object at index of the object list. The object list is get object list variable A, which is a totally different thing. The A and the B, which was just like a quick thing. And it is incrementing this hold on one second, that might solve this. Logic for in iterations. And then if I can go, let's see. No, that wouldn't do it. Yeah, I think I need to split this thing into 2 of this. Right now it's trying to be one. It's one thing that gets all the players, and it's trying to split them into 2 different groups here, and go into here, right? But I think what is happening wrong is somewhere in this increment thing. So I think I need to do it per team, like for each player. I need to get all players in a team. So I need to trigger this as asynchronous node, 2 different asynchronous nodes that go down, and then trigger this at the end for each player. So similar to what I'm doing here, but separated into 2 different nodes. Let's see. Events custom, on custom event global. if I go get Eagle team, or actually probably set up Eagle team, right? Set up Eagle team, and then what I do is for each player, duplicate that one, and then in my objects I would say add node. I say get. I go to players, get player. Can't you get players on team? Set player team, get player team. Can't you get players that are all in one team? Get player aiming vector, number of players, number of teams. Get all players on team. There we go. Get all players on team. And then we just do eagle. Right? And then with eagle, we don't have to go to this branch now at all. We just are going to trigger this and know that we're setting up eagle team, which is important because we have a different index for that, because we need to have them all be from this list, which is called B. So we're going to duplicate that for each player. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to say execute per player. I don't think we need a branch or to test their team or anything like that, because we're only doing their team. And, oh, we need to add them. We need to add them to the list, which is exactly the thing we were trying to debug just now. Maybe whenever we rebuild this, it will mysteriously start working again. It'll mysteriously start doing exactly what we need. We're going to execute this there. Go down there. Current player. Set object list variable. Yeah, we're going to add object to list. Object NV. Oh yeah, execute per player. Yeah, this is a current object. New list. Set object list variable. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And then move this back so it makes a little more sense. Can even move this down here now. Although the list is going to be in a weird spot now. And then we get object list variable B. And we plug it into here for the object list. And I think we have to pass the current player as an object. Let's see, is that true? Yeah, we use the object and we use a number and we use the object list. And the number is the current iteration. Now that way I can just pass the current iteration through. I don't have to do anything special, and it'll just be, I don't have to do, you know, for each object on this team I pass the current iteration and then grab it. And I know that I'm getting just the objects in B, right? In the, in fact, I'm just going to say Eagle team base spawns. Confirm. I'm going to go over here, rename B to that, which is still Echo. Yeah, that's Echo. That's Eagle. So if I do this for each team, I don't have enough nodes for that. I'm going to have to delete the other nodes to get into that. So I don't need this, don't need increment, iteration, anything like that. I don't need to spawn, I don't need these spawners or this branch. I don't need these set anymore, or this one because I'm doing that already. I don't need any of this because I'm doing that differently. I don't need that B because that's going to be already there. Whoop, that's not what I want. I need to paste this and then change it to have Cobra team spawns. Confirm. Move this over here. Cobra team spawns. And then wait for 10 seconds. I need to set up Cobra team instead of Eagle team. Cobra team. Probably should have named it, you know, Cobra team setup and Eagle team setup. Probably would have made more sense because of the way that, you know, I organized this. The letters, they have Cobra and Eagle at the very beginning. Or I mean, the words, I mean. Would have put that at the very beginning instead of in the middle. But yeah, there we go. Oh, change this to Cobra. Almost missed one of the most important things, and that would have been very frustrating. Okay, now I need to trigger them both right here. So I need to... Oh, I don't need to get all players anymore. Trigger custom event global. Async. Do that. What we're going to do is grab this one. Maybe I shouldn't be using... I mean, they fixed the thing where you can click on the name and it'll immediately go in and also let you edit it. Maybe I shouldn't be using that, though, because it used to be broken, and maybe that's the source of the bug. Maybe there's a bug that was caused because I was clicking like this and then immediately changing something. Maybe I should start going in with the R button and then clicking on it here like I used to. This should be Eagle. Eagle. Yeah, there we go. Cobra team setup, Eagle team setup. And then wait 3 seconds and start setting up that stuff. Okay. I'm done with Gen V for now. Nice. Apparently there's a sequel to The Boys. That just came out, or just started. Alright, so, which I didn't know about that. Okay, let's see if that cleans anything else up. Alright, so we got our bots, we got our AI. 6, 6, new bots spawn. 6 again. The new bots did not spawn, so they must not have triggered correctly. They probably didn't plug something in correctly. Will that one respawn in the middle? Something especially bad happened because apparently it didn't trigger that thing correctly. Okay, so the new way of triggering this is missing something. Object number, object list, Cobra team base spawns. That is correct. Reminds me a bit of Stranger Things. Oh, really? That's interesting. Let's see. So, setup player spawns. It's grabbing, it has the list, and it's grabbing the object at the index. And it's setting as the value of this from the object. What is the object? The object is the current player, yes. Current iteration is the number. Set player unit spawns. So, is it not spawning up? Is it not triggering up here? Like, what's going on? It is spawning... Wait a minute. It's spawning them all in. I only just realized this. It only spawns them in the first time off this now, right? Oh no, it does trigger this. Interesting. What is it? What is going on here? So, I'm doing this. I'm setting the base squad spawn, right? The squad, the spawner, right? To this variable. And then I'm setting the object. And then I'm triggering this, the spawn squad for player. Right? This one. And it's getting the spawn squad, this squad spawner out of this. Which means that, wait. It's only spawning the first time in the correct locations because... Are you kidding me? It's only doing it the first time correctly because it is set up correctly. The script must be working up to this point. Whenever it fails and spawns at the wrong spawner is only whenever it respawns the troops. Which means something is happening down here? Get objects by label. Victor is the spawner. There's only one object listed as Victor. Getting its index at 1, which is the first object, right? So an 18 plus Stranger Things, you say. I see. It's grabbing that squad commander. And for each of the units in the squad, it's applying the object variable, squad commander, to them, storing it in them, for the current squad commander of that squad spawner. So that the units running around are carrying the same value, the same variable, the same commander unit, you know, player, basically the player, stored inside of them. It should be the exact same one as up here. And then whenever they die on squad remaining percent is 0%, the killing unit should be passing the object. It should be coming out, giving its squad commander, and setting that boolean for that squad commander's can spawn squad to true. So the player should be being passed into there. And when that happens, this should be for each object, triggering, getting that can spawn, and if it is true, spawning it again with the current object again, the object being the commander. All of this seems like it should work. I don't understand what's going wrong. I truly, truly do not. And this is really hard to focus on. Might start the Star Wars animated soon? Is that what you're saying? SW animated? So it's Star Wars? Is that what you're saying? Number empty object list. What in the world? Squad commander is assigned to... Oh, Jesus. There's only one object, marked as uniform, only one marked as Victor, only one marked as Whiskey. And they are the spawners. Each of them has one of these assigned. I haven't even copied this over to here. So, like, they won't even respawn. Because they're not set up correctly. The bad guys. But these should still be spawning at the correct location. Squad commander object. Get that squad commander out of the squad spawner. Hand it off to become the squad commander of each of the squad units. Right, the squad, get units from squad for each object. Yeah, Star Wars, cool. How would this even work once, let alone every time, if the squad commander variable isn't correct? So how am I not getting the object out of the I get the squad commander and I get their base squad spawn out of it. It works once and then it doesn't work on respawn. I am seriously baffled. I have no idea what's going wrong. I honestly do not understand what's going wrong. I think at this point, there has to be some kind of bug, and it looks like it's somehow related to what do you call it? Variables being stored in bots. Maybe if I save and quit and close out the entire game and get back in, it'll clear. But at this point, I feel like I need a nap. At this point, I feel like I need to go to bed. And we just need to go, just do that. What are you doing? But like, I don't know. I am at a complete loss. I'm also going to delete this because whenever you spawn in anything else that's not a grunt, they hop into it and try and drive it around. But anyway, I'll delete the one on the other side too, because... Oh wait, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. I was hoping to have this, like, major... Let's see. Hit a major brick wall in scripting. Not sure what is going wrong. The campaign AI aren't spawning at the correct spawn. Yeah, spawner. That's all I can say. I'm gonna have to figure this out tomorrow. But like you said, might need to take a break. I'll take a break to go to sleep tonight. See if I wake up in the morning and figure it out. If I don't figure it out immediately, I'll start working on classes and see if the classes will be able to at least level up your units. But the problem is that all of this is riding on the idea that I was going to replace this unit spawner's stats, you know, what it spawns, with your class's, you know, spawner information. And by overriding it, I was going to be able to set it. But if they're all spawning here instead of over here for some reason, if all of them if they all for some reason decide to spawn here, I can't do that. Like, how am I have no way of overriding this one and making this player's class have these units spawning, right? Because they all have to override here. And as we figured out, if I change this value, whenever this squad respawns because I kill it and it is stored correctly in the player, and the player goes, like, the boolean triggers, and so it knows that that squad needs to be respawned, it ends up spawning it here for some reason, and then it's got the settings of this spawner and not the other spawner. And it is just mind-boggling. I don't get it. And yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to catch you guys next time. Yeah. And hopefully it goes smoother next time. But I'll see you guys next time.